unshakable powers. Here's the wizard, the mystical wizard.
Greetings, travelers, Wiz Kids, and Word Players. It's once again another Wednesday, which means it is another Wow Wednesday, and I am joined by Samurai Snowman, the Goblin King himself, the Gremlin King himself. I mean,
Konnichiwa, konnichiwa.
and Jesker not here, even though I have the perfect story in mind for him, but hopefully he shows up to give us his thoughts on it. Hello to everyone in the chat. Of course, Summer Swan, Winter Raven,
Oh,
Zombie
hello.
Roy, Preston, and then
You guys are the shit, man.
Newcomer Sam, who was going to give us the entire Shrek script. And thanks for not filling the chat with that. Is anyone here actually excited for the new Star Wars trilogy? We will get to that later. I will have thoughts on that. But first, Snowman, how was your week? Did you do anything fun?
Nothing too exciting. Enjoying my new job. I've just been drawing and playing the fuck out of Mortal Kombat 1. Just living it. How about you, brother?
How are you looking at that Ghost face trailer that came out?
Well, I am a huge hater of those films, so fuck him. But I'm super excited for the T-1000. That shit's gonna be sick.
Yeah, the guest characters for Batch 2 were a little bit like
meh.
Yeah. I was like, I didn't really know what to think of it at the time. Like,
yeah, I mean, Conan's cool, but for the craziness of Mortal Kombat, I mean, how wild can Conan be? You already got like Shao Kahn.
Yeah. Conan, I felt like should have been an Injustice, maybe. I get that he's a barbarian, he can be violent, but like, he's more cartoony.
Yes. Well, Mortal Kombat's can be a little goofy and cartoony too.
Yeah, but I don't know what I saw that and I'm just like, okay, yeah, like we had Terminator in the last one. It's like, okay, yeah, we get Conan in this one. Like,
oh, I think the T-1000 is super sick. He could have all kinds of crazy ass moves.
T-1000 is cool.
It's Conan, Ghostface, and then I forget the fucking other one.
It was the two robots. So I think they're the only guest. I think it's just Conan, Ghostface, and T-1000 are the only guest characters.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought there were 4.
For Batch 2, because then it's, like I said, the 2 robots.
Yeah, Sector and Cyrax. I played the fuck out of Cyrax. That's my main.
Yeah. I wonder, like, I want Injustice 3. Like, that's what I'm waiting for. Like, I'm sorry.
Did you play any of the Injustices?
I played both Injustice 1 and 2, yeah.
Dude, I played Michelangelo was my man in 2. That's all I played in 2. I played hours with Michelangelo.
I wanted to be an Aquaman mainer, but I just like Green Arrow more, I guess. Like
he's pretty cool.
He's easier to kind of get a good combo going and all that.
Yeah, Aquaman's kind of similar to Raiden, I guess. They're kind of a little slow, a little tough to grasp.
Yeah. Hello.
Did you play the new Mortal Kombat? Are you playing the new Mortal Kombat?
No, I don't play Mortal Kombat. No, I just if it doesn't, it's not a superhero thing, you know.
Dude, I mean, it's very similar. It's very similar.
I just
What's up, Shrek?
If it's a superhero game, I like beeline to it, right? So
for sure, yeah. Yeah, and Injustice 3 would be dope.
I just wish they would do it. Like they've been like they did in Mortal Kombat back to back without, you know.
Yeah, I mean that's their bread and butter.
Yeah, and people have theorized it's like if the WB had like low sales, did they want Mortal Kombat right away? It's because there's the movie, you know. What's their push, right?
For what, Mortal Kombat or?
Yeah, just you know, like what was their angle, and then with basically like not going with Mortal Kombat Injustice, whatever. The big theory is that because Ed Boon is working on Marvel versus DC, so like that's like the copium, right? That's the hopium, you know. We want, because Ed Boon wants Marvel versus DC. He said it himself multiple times.
That's gonna be another mythical game that never comes out, man.
Yeah, it
I hope not. That would be amazing.
yeah it
I
it'd
mean,
be interesting.
how many licenses does he have to get or cooperate with and shit?
I mean, that would be there's somewhat of a precedent because Fortnite, for one, opened up a lot of the door, but uh, TT Games, who made the Lego games, um, they were owned by WB, or they are owned by WB, and they made Lego Marvel games. So, like WB games can do Disney properties. Like that's door's been opened.
I know for okay, yeah, for Disney properties. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, and I mean Marvel and DC, they've done crossover in the comics before, so I mean
yeah,
there's
and
probably not that many licenses.
they're working. They re-released those Marvel DC crossovers finally, right? So they're able to work with each other on that. It was heavily rumored they're going to do another Marvel DC comic
That'd
crossover,
be so
or at
cool
least
if they just joined forces for like a decade to make some crazy ass comics.
um, I don't know why you need Injustice 3 when you have multiverses. Stray Bean says, well, multiverses is different. There's no story mode mainly. Like Injustice is a story that you're buying as well. Like, and we're kind of stuck in limbo with that at this point because they stopped updating in the comics too. Like the only update we got was when Superboy went to the Injustice universe, and also the He-Man crossover with the Injustice universe. Otherwise, we don't
Oh
have like a
shit.
yeah, so He-Man was basically set up to be one of the DLC characters in Injustice 3. Joking. I know. Just for reference.
That would have been sick.
Um yeah, so and
Multiverses is dope, by the way, though. Stray
Multiverses is
Beans,
cool. I
but
wish
it is
I
kind of a completely different game. But he
yeah,
said
it's
he
a
was joking.
yeah, it's a Smash clone. But no, so with yeah, with Injustice, the fun comes from the guest characters for that because they started to branch off and do other comic book like adjacent things that you know who
What,
knows. So,
Injustice?
yeah, um, that like I said, with He-Man was basically all but confirmed to be a character in a game if one existed, right? Because they
Hmm.
did do a He-Man Injustice cross, like he's crossovered specifically with the Injustice universe. So
In the
that
comics or the
in
games?
in the comics, yeah.
Okay,
Like
because yeah, he's not in one or two, right?
no, but he was basically going to be in 3, right? And they need to make a third one so he can be in it, basically.
Damn, I would much rather a Marvel versus DC than Injustice 3, but
Well,
Injustice 3 would be
imagine
sick.
if like we go through the two like DLC packs and it's like final DLC character Wolverine or something.
Oh
And you're like,
man,
what? Get the fuck out of here.
that would be pretty cool. But I mean, I would rather someone crazier, like I don't know, from Marvel.
Yeah, one like if you could have, I guess question for the chat as well. If you could have one guest character from Marvel be in either Injustice or Mortal Kombat, if you want to say that, because Wolverine would be
Ooh,
awesome in Mortal Kombat, but
yeah, but you already got Baraka. He's
yeah,
like this, almost the same.
Deadpool, I
Wolverine
guess
versus
for
Baraka though would be a sick ass fight.
like Deadpool for Mortal Kombat, I guess would be the
Deadpool would be awesome in Mortal Kombat. He would work in Injustice as well.
yeah. I feel like he needs to be in a murdering one though, like because as good as Marvel vs. Capcom is, you know. Ruby King says Magneto. You got to get the Marvel vs. Capcom Magneto, right? Get a
The
Aunt May says
classic.
Stray Beans. Yeah, like
Fuck yeah.
um.
Yeah,
Well, that's
Magneto
the
is
other thing is
awesome. I love his I don't know if it's his original design, but the purple and red joint.
yeah, that's his original. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, that's the other thing is the Marvel vs. Capcom games got re-released, and so there's at
Oh,
least
I'm gonna
a
have to get those.
high possibility that there's going to be another Marvel vs. Capcom, and so
Nice. Yeah, that'd be cool too.
that would stop a Marvel versus DC made by NetherRealm type deal. But
Well, then if that happens, maybe at least we'll get Injustice 3 and another Marvel vs. Capcom.
yeah, if that's we had that even not too long ago when we had it with um, Marvel vs. Capcom
Infinite
Infinite,
sucked
which people
though.
yeah people didn't like Infinite, but still it happened. It was a thing.
Yeah.
Um, if you have a PC copy of Infinite, you can soon get Maximilian dude's mod for Infinite where they completely remade the game.
Oh,
You
yeah.
gotta,
So I do want to build a PC eventually.
yeah, I gotta get a
I'm
good
just a
one.
blokey.
I just have a crappy laptop. I want to emulate old superhero games though. I need to do that.
Oh man, I want to get Hulk Ultimate Destruction. That would be sick.
Yeah.
Fuck. What else? I think they like modded. There was supposed to be a Daredevil game for the PS2
Yep.
that I'm pretty sure
So
they
that
modded to
so
playable levels
yeah.
now.
Yep. I watched a breakdown on that, and there's like
The mask would be. Sorry to interrupt. Go ahead. Keep going.
there's a handful of playable levels for that Daredevil game out. Pretty cool.
Yeah, that'd
Pretty
be
crazy.
sick.
It's like a lot like those early 2000 superhero games too. It would have been probably been a good one.
Yep. Yeah, it
Like,
looked similar to Spider-Man.
yeah, it's story wise, it's a lot like the Punisher game.
Yep.
So
Yeah, I got a sick ass fucking I forget what it's called, a Daredevil and Punisher graphic novel I've have sitting down. I've been meaning to read. Looks
I got
wild as fuck.
I got one that's I think I got a Daredevil something. I don't know. I have to.
I love Daredevil. I used to have hella fucking floppies, but I lost them all in like a flood in my basement. It fucking sucks.
My
I had hella Daredevil and Captain America.
my comic collection's so weird because it's just random stuff I've gotten over the years, and I've only read like a handful of them.
Oh man, I used to read through all my shits. I need to get
they're
some
all-
more floppies. That's
They're
what I've
not.
been doing.
I don't have the story. You know, like I just like I have like it's part 3 of 5 of this random story.
Oh, I had a bunch of those. That's what kind of was awesome to me because you had to collect them to get the whole story kind of back in the day.
Yeah, but
If you
I had
didn't
no
get
way.
them monthly.
I had no way of collecting, right? So it's like my comics, right, were gathered up by when I was a kid, our neighbor actually handed out comics on Halloween because his son had a comic book shop.
Oh, that's genius. That's so cool.
So they were all like 90s ones that like are worthless, but like so I got my first 2 comics that I got were Darkhawk. And I've told this story before that it's like
Oh, shit.
Darkhawk. Got 2 I think I got like 3 or 4 Darkhawks. And it's like yeah. And then like randomly after that it would be like when the MCU movies were coming out, they'd sell
Fucking
like
Darkhawk. Is he Marvel?
Yeah, he's Marvel, yeah.
Okay.
They'd sell comics at the grocery store and stuff in the little magazine rack very rarely.
Yeah, at the spinner racks, man. I missed that shit.
Well, and when the movies were coming out, so then you'd have like a collection of all these other kids like Nick Magazine and National Geographic Kids and all that, and then it'd be like the Hulk's greatest adventure or whatever. And then it'd be like a collection of like throughout like all the years, like some random Hulk or whatever, right? And so it's like, oh, okay, like can kind of look at that. But anyway, yeah, and then there was a comic book shop open in my hometown for very rarely, a very, very short time, but I actually would go there every so often, and he would have comics that were like, again, the nothing 80s, 90s, whatever, for like pennies, right? And so I was able I just thumbed through that to like what comic looks cool, who looks cool, if it's a crossover with someone, pick it up, right? So I got like Doctor Strange and the Man Thing, and I got this Sabretooth comic because I love Sabretooth. So I was like, here's Sabretooth, and then one of the comics
that's fun about going to pick out floppies is just getting a bunch of random shit if you're not looking for anything specific.
And then
that's how I got the Ferret from Malibu Comics. That shit is fucking awesome. He's like a Daredevil kinda.
Yeah. And one of the comics that I got was Gambit versus Blade, and that actually came out the day I was born. I found that out years later, and I was like, I was born on a Wednesday. So I wonder what comics came out the day I was born. And then it was like, wait, this book, I actually have this book. And then I was like, cool.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check out books that were made on my birthday then too. That's pretty cool. Blade and Gambit's pretty cool too.
Daredevil is low-key Marvel's best character. Cool powers, cool costume, cool origin, drama themes of legal justice versus vigilante justice. Also like his religious stuff too, is Catholic.
Great minds, straight beans. His in the power in his costume, it comes from how simple it fucking is. It's so fucking cool looking.
Detective or Eagle Vision actually make sense. That was cool in that game is that when you use the Daredevil vision, projectiles slow down so you can actually like move out of the way of them. But if you're
like
not
Max
in the
Payne-y
vision
a little bit.
Yeah, when you're not in the vision, they go at full speed. Sound like tourist buds, says Preston. Yeah. I've always said that I was like, I could never afford comics. I never had the internet to pirate comics. So all I had was just what I randomly collected. Right now,
Yeah,
movies at my
I'm not.
mom's
I guess
place.
I'm not as huge into comics as I was, but I fucking love comics, and I had a fuckload of floppies, but I lost them all, and I'm trying to. I have a fuckload of
Yeah,
graphic novels. I've been collecting them over the years, but I'm starting to get more floppies again. Like I
all of my
said, I went
comics from
and.
childhood are being tossed out right now, man. And
Oh damn, bro.
that's the worst. You got to make sure that you have all the storage of your stuff for that reason.
Yeah, dude.
Even though you might
Damn.
look like a hoarder, I
I
got
feel
all
you
my
straight.
stuff. Yeah.
I
My
feel your
sister
pain.
threw a lot of mine out. Um and a lot of them were the comics. I have a few of them still, but they were in the Marvel, like Marvel Legends or whatever action figures. Um they had a comic that would come in the thing.
Yep.
So it's like you'd get like an Iceman toy, had an Iceman comic in the back, right? So there's a lot of those that I got because I used to have those toys like crazy. And so it's like, here's a Punisher comic. It was on the Punisher toy, Sabretooth toy, whatever, Wolverine toy, whatever. But a lot of those would like get kind of thrown aside or whatever, too young to really kind of read and appreciate them. And so yeah, there was like my sister threw out a lot of them. And so I was
Damn.
like, dang it.
Yeah, it sucks, man.
But
There's a lot of fucking dope ass stories. Like I read a lot of Captain America, Daredevil, like I said back in the day. A lot of fucking Batman. I'm trying to get into the Mask more.
hmm. Never read a Mask comic. Only ever knew the Jim Carrey movie and the sequel.
Yep. It originated as a Dark Horse character.
Yeah, I knew that. I just never read it.
Yep. They're hard as fuck to find. That's why I'm like more intrigued by it.
Yep.
And the story is absolutely wild. I have some. I got some, and there's a Lobo and Mask crossover that's fucking sick
Mm.
as shit.
Stray Bean says that he's good with it. He's cherry picked out the 5% that are worth keeping.
Oh,
I
nice.
mean, I still like having a big, like I need to get a box, but I just have a big pile over there of random stuff. And my brother, he collects cards and stuff. So he usually goes to like the card shops and they'll have like discount comics for like $1. And so he usually buys up a bunch. So I got like Hercules comics because there's no Thor ones, but it's like, hey, here's some Hercules. Like,
Yeah. Start collecting some comics, man. It's fun.
yeah, it's easier for me to just pirate them all. Like, let's be honest.
Well, yeah, I guess you don't really have like a lot of local comic shops or other
No,
places, other
I would have
towns
to
with comic
I'd have
shops.
to drive about 45 minutes to go
Well, that's
to a
not too
place
bad.
with a comic shop, and I don't have a car, so
Mm.
it's bit difficult.
Loki.
But otherwise, like I said, I'm not hung up about it. I need to get to reading them more than anything now that I have more
You can
time on my
Amazon some
hands.
too. It's nice having the physical copy.
Yeah, I do. I have been buying up stuff. I want to get omnibuses, but they're expensive.
Yeah, they are
Um,
expensive.
For a while there, for like a few years, the Dark Horse, the Mask Omnibus was free on Comixology. I've read it, very good. Yeah, everything's free if you know where to look.
Yeah. Yeah, the
but
mask is the shit, man. Yeah, I've read some Mask online. I got a Mask tattoo on my fucking hand. He's a fucking
there's also
awesome character. He would be
Mask
great in Mortal Kombat. That's what I was gonna say
Yeah.
earlier.
Oh yeah, the Mask, of course, needs to be in Mortal Kombat. He is perfect for that.
Yeah, he would be the
Um,
best.
They honestly should have had him in that pack that we were talking about with them being all lame.
Yep. That would have been
especially if you got-
insane, dude.
If they got Jim Carrey back to play him.
Oh man, yeah, or at least just the skin, because they have a full like Jean-Claude Van Damme from Bloodsport skin for Johnny Cage.
Yeah. He also voices those lines though.
Who, JCVD?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, you can look up and he dubs over all of the lines with his own.
Oh, he's the fucking man.
Wizard.
I'm not even sure if Arnold did the Terminator ones.
No, that was a sound alike. I'm thinking
Yeah.
he is going to do Conan though.
Oh, Arnold?
Yeah, because Sylvester Stallone did Rambo. I do know that.
Oh yeah, I forgot he
Who-
was a DLC. That was kind of a whack one too.
Yeah, that
Rambo's
was a
cool,
whack
but
one.
he would
And,
get
Peter-
obliterated by everyone in fucking. I mean, Stryker's
Um,
in Mortal Kombat. That's what I'm saying. There's some goofiness in Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, Peter Weller was RoboCop as well.
Oh yeah, Peter Weller's the fucking man. He was a great Batman.
He was a great man. So, Wizard, do you ever miss attracting Renowned? No. Renowned, he is once said to be a fan of mine. I no longer want to make my channel about hating other people. I don't want to do that. Have
I
fun
still
over
think
here
he's a
on
bridge
Wild
troll,
Wednesday.
but
I did have to tell him that my beard clears his, and
Well, I
He
mean,
did
if we're being fair, at least he has shown his to the public.
it one day. One day. Good things come to those who wait. Peter
People
Weller
are
doing
impatiently
RoboCop
waiting.
was cool. That is true. Renown did declare himself a word player.
Oh hell yeah, bro! He's on the team.
That did happen. One of the few to have say it. It's
Facts, straight beans.
short list. But yeah. So anyway, yeah. So I'll eventually probably show my comics on stream randomly. It's like I said, it's a random assortment. I do have some, like I have Dark Knight Returns and I have Killing Joke. I have those.
Yep.
I
I've
have
given a bunch away.
I have
Yep,
Superman,
I don't have my
Batman,
Dark Knight
Public
Returns anymore.
Enemies. I have random stuff. Yeah,
We're
random
going
stuff
through
on
my whole bookshelf right now.
Yeah, like mine, they're all over there, and like I said, piles of random stuff, and I don't even know what I have half the time. Nothing famous, nothing cool. I do have the
Read
one
five
of
of what you got, and I'll show you. Show me yours, and I'll show you mine.
Well, they're far away from my. They're all the way over there.
What's that? 10 feet?
What do you mean? What's that? Like you can see what it is. like you're looking.
I'm just educated guessing here.
It is probably 10 feet though.
Exactly.
No, one day. Yeah, piles of stuff, Swan. I'm a hoarder.
Yeah, I'm slightly a hoarder too.
The real problem. No room for hoarders on here. But no, so the and then I have like I've talked about
I just
before.
have piles of books.
I have random stuff. So I have the Avengers Legion of the Unliving issue where Wonder Man came back to life. I actually have that original, like it's my oldest one that I have.
Are you looking at something right now?
No, I'm picturing it in my head.
Oh, okay. I'll read 5 random ones of what I got.
All right, let me just, since you're doing that, I'll just go grab some.
Yeah, man. Just to prove you're a fucking tourist. I got some weird ones, but I got Hellboy Seed of Destruction, the first I think that's the first one. Then I got let's see what else. What's another cool one? JLA Tower of Babel, classic super banger. I got the 3 Jokers. I got the first 2 issues of Immortal Hulk. The Mask. I pledge allegiance to The Mask. Please read that comic, everyone. That shit is fucking sick. Civil War, of course. I got Strange Places, Hellboy. Hella fucking Batman. I got hella Junji Ito. Gyo was a super banger. Uzumaki's pretty good. I don't really like Remina too much, but it has some wild ass ideas in it that I do actually like a lot. Have not. Oh, Shiver. Yep, Shiver. The anthology from Junji Ito. Super fucking crazy and fire. Did Wizard die? Wizard's a dead man. Psh, I'll carry this whole damn team on my back. I got one of Czarface's. It's a hip hop group.
You
with
tell
fucking,
you tell me to grab comics. I forgot. I actually had I grabbed more than 5 because I wanted to show my old ones off. Here's like what I was talking about. Like here's like a random Sabretooth, right? So it's Sabretooth back to nature, you know.
Oh, very nice.
One of these, I have, it's like Sabretooth Triumphant, and it's like him versus Wolverine. It actually came with a ticket, like a fight ticket, where it's like, in next week, here's your ticket to this for the fight, right? And it's basically an ad for the comic, but it's just like a loose like ticket. It's so cool. Like it's such a cool gimmick. Then I have like a Detective Comics.
Oh my God, that cover is fantastic. He's one of my, and I think that's Norm Brayfogle too, dude. He's maybe my favorite Batman artist.
Yeah, Brayfogle. I have a few of these like randomly. Of course, Nightfall. This is actually, I got this originally.
Say what you want, but 90s Batman was absolutely banging on all cylinders, dude. Every title was fire.
This was originally mint in package. It was unopened, but I opened it.
I fucking love that color too, man. All the fucking Kelly Jones, I think it is.
It It also came with a Azrael Batman poster, like because like I said, it was still mint in package.
Dude, and Asbat's one of the best. I don't care what anyone says about Asbat's costume. That shit looks so cool.
There is 90s though.
Yeah, but 90s had so much cool shit.
It had like a lot of
It had like heart in a way. It had its attitude. It was the attitude era of comics, basically.
Yeah, you don't know like a bad 90s design until you see 90s Thor though. That was
Oh yeah, I mean there was plenty of bad shit in the 90s too. Like I know the Emerald fuck, what is that Green Lantern storyline called where he goes bad and basically turns into Parallax?
yeah.
But I mean that's a cool idea, but I heard they just pulled it off real bad, like the Clone Saga with Spider-Man. I love that
Yeah.
idea, but they just
Yeah,
didn't
so
stick the landing.
I have Legion of the Unliving, right? This was when Wonder Man came back to life. So when Wonder Man comes out, this technically could go up in price. So, you know, that's cool.
Oh, nice. That's a cool cover too.
And then I remember I got these recently. So I have Strange Tales, Doctor Strange, and
That's a
Nick
sick
Fury.
ass cover, dude.
So this is an old one. This is actually, I think this one or the next one is my oldest. Then I have Justice League of America.
Damn, all these are cool covers.
So like, and this is the style I want to draw in, right? Are these the 60s, 70s style, right?
Yep.
So, I believe.
Yeah, a lot of my cover ideas are pulled from, I guess, more 70s like that, or a lot of them are at least.
Yeah. So this either the Justice League one or the Doctor Strange one, and one of them is the oldest one I have, but the Doctor Strange one is in rough shape, but still, it was like I was surprised to find those, and they were like dirt cheap. They're like a couple of bucks.
Yeah, man, keep collecting, dude.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I
just
just bought like 8 floppies the other day. I posted on the Twitter. They're all pretty good.
I've shown my stuff before. I have like also still the most random. Like I have a Spider-Man novel.
Yeah, I got a couple. I got like a Wolverine's kids book. Yeah, I'm slacking on reading though.
Yeah, like I have this like Spider-Man, just the Ultimate Spider-Man. But that actually does features comic art in it a little bit, but
it's a great cover too.
I have a Spider-Man puzzle that's like has really good, like that's put away, but it has like really good comic art on it.
Nice.
My random collection that I have is cookbooks, and so I have the Mighty Marvel Superheroes cookbook, which if you go to my channel, you can actually go to the WoW review playlist, amongst 2 videos that that are also there that are very weird that I did. I have this one that's unlisted actually because it was something I was my original grift, I guess. But this is from 78, I believe. Which I've talked about before, nearly mint, except for whoever decided to circle the recipes they wanted to use in thick Sharpie.
Oh damn, get wrecked.
And
that's pretty nice art though.
Bled through everything and like
fucking anuses.
Completely like I said, nearly mint for being a cookbook from the 70s where like who knows what could have happened to it over the years.
At least you got a cookbook in mint condition.
Yeah, I mean, like it doesn't have like the gimmicks like I like, because I like collect, like I said, I collect gimmick cookbooks and stuff. I also have a copy of How to Draw Comics the Marvel Way. Technically,
I don't think I've ever had that. I've had a fuckload of How to Draw Comics, but nothing. I don't think I ever had that.
I have 2 copies because this one is a modern reprint because they still sell this like now. So if you wanted to, it's not. I could do a review of this book actually and what I've learned from it. It's not the greatest. This one is actually a second reprint. So this is from the original one is kind of like the cookbook. It's from like 78 or something, and then this one is from 82. So it's like it's a second printing. So it's still like an old copy.
Dude, that's all of how I've learned was just like books like that, and now YouTube tutorials pretty much.
And then I've shown this
suck
off
ass.
too. It's a Superman. This is also from the 70s. It's like just a story collection. So it's got like stuff from the 40s in it.
Oh damn, that is sick. That's a nice
and
ass binding and shit.
the binding's actually broken on it, sadly. It's like coming
That
off.
binding sucks ass, I meant to say.
But for the time, for how long this has been used, like my dad used to read this, right? Like,
Man, that is sick. I would love to have a copy of that actually. Because I want to
and then
incorporate all eras of comics, kind of like
here's
Grant
a
Morrison did in Batman Rip.
here's a Mitzelplick story in here, Okay. Yeah, so like I said, I have random stuff. This
It's
isn't
nice,
even
man.
like I have another Superman book from the 70s. It's buried under everything though because
I
wanted
don't
to
have
keep it
any Superman.
safe.
I think he's maybe who I had out of the most popular characters. He's actually no, I have a little bit of Superman, but I got no Superman graphic novels right now. I read The Death of Superman, which was super fire, and then when Superman reigns, the reign of the Superman, I think it was afterwards.
Yeah.
That shit was
So
ham.
that one Superman, or that one store I was talking about, that comic book store, had Death of Superman still completely packaged with the shirt and the armband and like everything.
Oh shit! That one issue with where the cape is wrapped around the flagpole.
Yeah. Yeah, so it was still in its box with the shirt and the armband, like still wrapped up and everything. For $20, I didn't get it. I'm like, dang it.
Yeah, that was 90s, man. They had some crazy ass iconic moments in comic books in the 90s. I guess every era probably did.
Announcement from Jesker: he is too sick and cannot attend. So
coward.
I could also save the Star Wars story for next week, because really it was for him, because he can get off on the Star Wars rants, and I don't really have much to say about it, but we'll see where we get to when we're done.
Yeah, we'll see where we get, but I mean, yeah, who knows? I might not be here next week, so we'll see.
Yeah,
and because I don't really care about Star Wars that much.
Yeah, I do have one story that was perfect for you that I was excited to do, but before that, we might as well start. Because
what, you mean next week or this week?
This week.
Hell yeah.
So otherwise, I guess my week, get off on this long tangent for that. My week, besides working a lot, I been playing God of War 2018.
Nice.
Going back through that. I don't know if I want to do 100% collect everything again, because I've got the platinum on it, so I don't need to do anything. But if I want to fight all the Valkyries and do all that again, I don't know. But I also kind of want to go back through Ragnarok too, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I was never a huge fan of the God of War games.
I need to play the original 3. I never have.
I guess with some of my favorite of those type of games, I love the Devil May Cry. I played 4, the fuck out of 4, I think it was, and Bayonetta was my shit too for a while.
Yeah. The character action games or whatever.
Yeah, kind of, they're hack and slash in a way, but you do gotta pull out the Ninja Gaiden was my fucking favorite of those types of games.
Yeah, so that was my week really. I want to get to drawing, and I guess I can say that I sent my second draft of my comic to people. Only heard back from Snowman so far.
Yeah, I think it's a good start.
Did you ever read the first draft though?
No, I did not. I just read the first draft of
you read the
one.
you read the superhero one, so you have nothing to compare it to. You should have the link to the first draft still. I mean, you can always go back and read it. I mean, I did expand on things a lot. Went off of Cynic's notes to really expand on everything. And so really all that stuff that was kind of like lore about the island and stuff wasn't there in the original version. So
okay.
I added like 3 pages worth of stuff. So 3 or 4 pages worth of like dialogue and everything. So and like I said, I'll have people read that. I might even send it out to more people. I don't know. But which reminds me, Stray Beans, I forgot that you had offered to do art, for my things at one point. If that's still on the table, I don't know, but that'd be cool.
Emerald Twilight. Yes, thank you, Stray. You got the Ben Affleck just had enough of it profile pic. That's excellent.
He's had that for like the whole time I've known.
I could never figure out what it was. Well, I never really noticed it, I guess. That's the shit. I mean, he bangs with Daredevil. That's awesome.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So the pirate book will be coming along once I get the script figured out. Basically, this draft will become the script, and then from the script, I'll work it into from the draft, I'll turn it into a script, and from the script, I'll draw everything from it.
Okay, so you don't have it like plotted out per page yet.
Not yet, no.
So your goal was to make it like a 124 page-ish type of. Or how many pages did you have in mind?
I originally, when I had it, the very first script was platted out for 20 pages. But when people said that I dragged or rushed too much, I was like, okay, I'm going to stretch it out. So now I don't know how many pages. So it might be, if it ends up being 20,
I think you
30,
could even
50.
Said 50?
I said if it ends up being like 20, 30, 50, I don't know.
Because I think I could give you some more criticism about your draft, but I think you just got to keep smoothing it out a little bit. It's a good
If you
start.
want to, if it's more about like the way the story flows, notes on that. If it's dialogue, notes on that. But otherwise, like as far as like the descriptions, like I told you, like because I wrote it out.
Nah, nothing like that.
Yeah, for the viewers,
that'll all come out in the final product.
Yeah, that was mainly just to illustrate that, so you can hear it in your head, you see it in your head. When in reality, you're gonna be able to look at it. So.
Exactly.
And
you're drawing the thing, so it's not like you're handing it off to an artist to do this.
And it helps me kind of remember what I wanted it to look like.
I'm just drawing my rough draft straight up. I have a fuckload of notes in my like sketch pads and my notebooks and notes on my phone, but I don't really have like a script. I guess I got an outline.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah. So I'll take that rough outline or take that second draft and then turn that into the script. And basically from that will be the final product. And then we'll bang around with the art and try to get that looking good. And so I would like to put the book out by probably I was going to say by spring, but it's not going to be done by then. So let's just say summer, I guess. I don't know. Maybe fall. Who knows?
Just put out the best shit you can. Okay.
Yeah, I want it to look good. Like the original idea was to just make it with no editing, no proofreading, no anything, and just put it out.
Oh no, man!
Have it be awful, and then it was just like, here it is. That's why it was.
Yeah, put some effort into the shit.
Yeah, and then the more I kind of got hyped about it, I'm like, yeah, I could make this more or less good. I mean, it's gonna be the first comic officially.
You'll at the very least have practice in it.
Yeah,
I've done knowing how long it takes and what it takes.
Yeah, I've done unofficial comics before. This will be the very first official one. So anyway, yeah, so that should be happening.
Yeah, don't sell nothing you wouldn't put your name on.
Can I tell Grumpy you're streaming? Yeah, you can tell Grumpy you're streaming. Unless it's in someone else's chat, then don't do it.
Tell the fucking world.
But let's actually start this show, shall we? Captain America: Brave New World has a new trailer, which reveals our best look yet at Harrison Ford as Red Hulk. We're not going to show the trailer for anyone just because YouTube pops you for showing trailers and stuff like that. So I will just kind of like give you a little look. Have a little look-see here. Because otherwise this was a lot of like political espionage thriller and stuff. But yeah, you do see.
Yeah, mixed with like the sci-fi with the Hulk and all kinds of weird shit, which makes me kind of, I won't say hype, but I'm more interested in it than I was originally.
Yeah, there's a lot of like, I don't know how to even describe it. This Red Hulk part feels like one scene.
Yeah, it's probably the end of the movie.
Not even the end of the movie. I think this is the middle. right?
And then Thaddeus kind of has might even join the fucking Falcon at the end.
Or something, right? I think I so earlier here it shows him he's given this speech, right? And then he gets like hit with something and he turns into the Red Hulk, right?
CGI's okay.
That it feels like it just feels like it's like, okay, like yeah, he's giving this speech and he's like, oh no, I'm turning into Red Hulk. And then he goes on this rampage in DC and then he'll calm down and he won't become Red Hulk again. And then they'll just have like an after credit scene that just teases the fact that he's going to become the Red Hulk in the future or whatever, right? Like, again.
What do you think that's the end credit scene?
Or either end credit scene or something to hint
I
at the
would
fact
be
that
livid.
the Red Hulk will return. But I believe that this part of him doing this is the last you'll see of him, right? Because you still have Serpent Society, if they're still in the movie, we don't know. You still have Diamondback is definitely in it. You still have the leader, right?
Are you talking about potential Captain America villains or Hulk villains?
No, I mean, well, the villain of this movie, right? Like Red
Oh,
Hulk
okay.
is not the villain of this movie. He's being built. Like you still have Giancarlo Esposito is here. This whole conspiracy thing. I think this Red Hulk thing just bleeds into the conspiracy thing. I don't think.
Yeah, I
he's the villain
think
of the
they
movie.
turned the Hulk against him. Like they're like kind of how the Hulk originally started. He was like the enemy of the Avengers.
Well, so what I'm saying is that this Red Hulk here, right? Harrison Ford, Red Hulk, right? He is not in control of it as he is in the comics.
Yeah, I
He
would.
has been forcibly turned into a Red Hulk
Yes,
and goes on this rampage that Captain America has to stop him on.
he's an antagonist at one point and then turns into a good guy most likely.
Yeah, because we don't see a shot of Red Hulk and Sam teaming up. That Red Hulk and Sam do not team up in this movie.
Yeah, I would maybe not team up. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so like I said, I don't think that he'll be calm and then he'll be like, "Oh, okay, I'm back to normal," right? And then they're going to reveal at the end of the movie that he still has the ability to turn into Red Hulk, or he saved some type of serum or something to
Gotcha.
become the Red
Yeah.
Hulk against. Because they're doing Thunderbolts, as we'll get to, right? They'll do something where they want to keep using the Red Hulk. So
Yeah, he's not gonna have any screen time. He'll probably have like a minute of screen time.
yeah, so they did also reveal that adamantium is from the Celestials. That they're going to that the Celestial that's in the middle of the ocean that was introduced in Eternals. So finally, they're doing something
Oh,
with
that's
that
cool.
thing that they set up in Eternals.
That's not comic accurate though, correct?
I do not believe so. No,
That's really cool though.
they needed some way for adamantium to exist without it being also, and then yeah, of course, the poster, which is cool, but like I said, a little bit.
Oh,
like,
so now that actually confirms that Wolverine can be in. It's kind of like a hint at the X-Men.
more or less, we don't know what their plans are for the Wolverine and the X-Men and because there's supposed to be a convergence that's supposed to happen, right? That's the plot of Secret Wars or whatever. I'm assuming that Secret Wars is going to do a Crisis on Infinite Earths type deal. They're going to just like reset the universe after that point and be like, the X-Men were always here. Fuck you. Okay, moving on. We'll get to the other show later that is also doing that, but yeah, this is of course a reference to a Captain America comic where it's Hulk punching Steve Rogers with the shield.
And I can kind of see both sides of the aisle with the arguments on this because he is kind of just taking it like it's nothing, like it's like a sledgehammer. But
yeah,
that should be way more impactful. But it is a cool poster.
yeah.
If that was Hulk, if that was Green Hulk punching Cap Shield like that, people would be all over it.
Let me pull up the cover because the one in the comic, Steve is like,
yeah, he's getting wrecked almost.
He's getting wrecked, yeah.
But it is a cool looking poster though. It doesn't show the monster fully. It gives you a hint of what's to come.
Yeah. You can kind of tell that's going to be a Red Hulk, but you don't know really what.
Right. You're like, how the fuck is Red Hulk fighting Captain America?
Yeah. So anyway, yeah. So he's getting pushed into the wall. He's grimacing. You know,
Yeah,
he's
and also, yeah, it is a great point. That dude, he's just a regular dude with no
and
super
Falcon.
soldier serum.
Yeah, Falcon has no super soldier serum. He's not even in his super mechanized suit that he wears. Like he's literally
Right.
just like,
That would definitely at least break his arm all the way up to his shoulder, at least.
yeah. And you can argue the vibranium, right? It absorbs all impact. But even like when Thor hit Captain America with the hammer, it like knocked them both down,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's
There'd still be
still,
some force behind it.
yeah. It absorbs most things, but something like this, that's still, you're going to get pushed down. So
Yeah, yeah, something's
it's
got to
my
come from
biggest
that.
argument for why Sam can't be Captain America, because he has no super soldier serum. If they gave him a super soldier serum, then it's like, okay, we don't have to worry about it. Like it's the same thing with Bucky, right? Like Bucky has a super soldier serum. Yeah.
Right.
He's good. He's covered. So, oh yeah. So that's, and then the Brave New World on the poster is just some generic ass font.
Yeah.
That's really lame.
Yeah,
But
that is pretty whack.
what are we thinking on
Brave
this?
New World, the subtitle itself is kind of lame.
Well, remember it was going to be New World Order, and then
Should have
COVID
been that.
happened. And they're like, we can't do that
Why the fuck not?
because New World Order is a conspiracy theorist thing.
I mean, that's what Captain America deals with.
Yeah, but still, Brave New World is also like a dystopian thing, so it still works. But anyway, yeah, what are we feeling on this movie?
I'm interested. I'll probably go see it. I might even go see it in theaters, honestly. I don't like Anthony Mackie at all as a leading man, but I'm interested.
I get 99% of why I want to watch this movie is because of Red Hulk, I feel. But
Yes, it is a gimmicky kinda.
and that's why I feel like this is only gonna be this one scene in the movie. Like it's not gonna be, like it's gonna be probably 20 minutes to a half hour, or not even 20 minutes. Like
I think it'll be integral to the plot.
I mean, it is, but I'm saying that it's not like Red Hulk is the villain and he's constantly there and he's going to be like, after like half hour in, Red Hulk's introduced and the rest of the movie.
Yeah, honestly, I think it's better they use him very, very little.
But then it's like, that's all they're marketing this on. So it's like,
well, I mean, that's good marketing. Will it be good in the film is a different question.
Yeah,
but how does he if it's really whack, like just tacked on, there's really no cool explanation for why it's there or how it fits into the story in an interesting way, then yeah, it can fuck off. But I am curious to see how it fits into the story and what even the story is.
Yeah. And the coming back of Leader is interesting. I've been wanting Leader back since he was first introduced, and every single movie I've always kind of fantasy booked how they're going to bring the Leader into it. I hope that it sets up the Masters of Evil in some way. I want Zemo, I want, Leader, I want, random people like that, right? It could be Radioactive Man or anything like that. I want
nuts.
I want a Masters of Evil team, which,
Mega
like I
Red
said,
would be sick.
I mean, if they do that, it's different. But anyway, yeah. So, and then that's not the only Marvel news we got. We also got Thunderbolts, which looked a lot more Suicide Squad-y than I thought it was going to be.
I don't think I've seen the Thunderbolts trailer.
I watched part of it before my Twitter ran out, because I gave myself for people who don't know, I give myself a certain amount of time to use Twitter now, so I don't spend all day on it.
Good for you, man. Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. So, it's very comedic, as you would expect an MCU movie to be. There's this cool. I expect, same with Red Hulk being like 99% of the reason I want to watch Captain America is because of Red Hulk. 99% of the reason I want to watch this movie is because of Winter Soldier, because I just like
he wasn't in the first one. Or was
there? There was no first one. This is the first one.
What am I fucking thinking of then? Anyway.
Black Widow.
Yeah, maybe it was Black Widow.
Yeah, because this is also a lot of a Black Widow sequel.
Yes, that's what it was. I recognize Florence Pugh and the dude who's playing. Who is that? The dude in the red costume. Who is that character?
Red Guardian.
Red Guardian.
Like Bucky reloading the shotgun like he's the Terminator. Like, that's cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
Grabs the chain, he plants his arm into the ground to like not move, even though that should rip his arm off. using the same gun from Winter Soldier, the second one that fires the mine out.
Oh yeah, that gun was sick.
So yeah, so it's like there's some sauce here, you know.
Yeah, it's very Mad Maxy in a way too.
But that was just the one. Now it's like here's the Suicide Squad like team up thing where it's like here's our team, and they're like, you know,
So is Winter Soldier their villain?
no, Winter Soldier is going to be their leader because then here they are in the car where Red Guardian's talking about like what kind of super soldier serum you got. And he's like, a normal one, Hydra one. He was like, oh, Hydra one. You know, I didn't get that one. You know, John Walker from Falcon and Winter Soldier, and Ghost from Ant-Man and the Wasp should be dead, but whatever. Because,
Yeah, fuck continuity, dude.
well, like because in Ant-Man and the Wasp, she was dying.
I haven't seen Ant-Man and the Wasp though.
Okay, so in Ant-Man and the Wasp, she's dying from this, like, getting hit with this energy, right? And it give her this ghost powers, right? She's dying. They go into the quantum realm. Scott Lang goes into the quantum realm in order to get particles to fix her. Scott Lang is then stuck in the quantum realm for 5 years because the snap happens. The only people that could have helped her was Lawrence Fishburne's character, who was already able to help her, but he needed the
Fucking
quantum realm particles,
Morpheus.
right? So anyway, she should be dead, but she's not. So
I mean,
and
she's a
then
ghost.
Taskmaster from the Black Widow movie that sucks and is terrible, and people assume that she's going to die in this movie, and that they're going to kill her off and then start with Alex
Taskmaster's a chick.
proper Taskmaster. Yeah, so Taskmaster.
Oh wow, I
So
was already heated. I mean, not heated, but I thought the costume was just trash. I don't know. It was
Okay.
also a chick.
So Taskmaster in Black Widow is not only a chick, she is a robot, basically cyborg, that was programmed to copy the moves, not actually having some sort of power or whatever ability like Taskmaster does.
Right. Yeah, the
I
whole
found
skull
out-
with the hood design is fucking. They fucked it.
Yeah.
They fucked all of it.
So Taskmaster was actually set up in Avengers when Loki is like getting under Natasha's skin. Everything he lists off that like Barton told him, right, of her demons, is the plot of Black Widow. And so like he mentions like Draco's daughter, like you killed it. Like it was meant as nothing. It was a throwaway line, but that's Draco's daughter. It's pretty cool that they managed to bring it back, but it sucked because they used it for like making it Taskmaster for a lame twist that was stupid.
Yeah, they fucked a lot of shit up. And I just fell off watching them all. But is that U.S. Agent?
Yeah, that's U.S. Agent.
His costume is cool as fuck in the comics.
Yeah. So this is the Sentry right here.
Oh, Sentry's in this.
Yeah, they're introducing Sentry in this.
That's pretty cool too.
He's like a member of the Thunderbolts, and they're keeping it really a secret on who it is, I believe. But he's just Bob, which I think everyone's just basically like.
We need Paul. Where is Paul?
Paul will show up in Spider-Man 4.
Is that confirmed?
No, but remember, like he can't be with MJ. Peter can't be with MJ, so it's like it'll be like, "There's my new boyfriend Paul," and everyone's gonna lose their collective minds and walk out of the theater. But we're also gonna get Sydney Sweeney as Black Cat, so maybe who knows?
Overrated.
Someone did say on Twitter that they like Bucky not even being in a suit, just being in a t-shirt and jeans,
just rolling around, fucking Bill Gates in it.
Cool. He's just that cool. Yeah, this is a movie that I feel like also, where's the color? There's no color in this movie. It's very muted. Like, I thought we were done with the muted Marvel MCU stuff. Like,
well, Thunderbolts is kind of like a darker kind of comic, isn't it?
But then, like, usually the dark comics, the grittier comics, will have the bright colors for like the superhero suits and stuff, kind of stand out, I feel.
I agree with certain films.
I'm not even talking about movie wise. I'm talking like comic wise, right? Like, you should even like Deadpool and Wolverine was a comedic movie, but it had like a lot of blood and stuff. But they had bright, vibrant. Everyone had a bright, vibrant costume, and that it looked really good. It was a bright, vibrant movie. This is just everyone is in black tactical stuff. Even Red
it does look
Guardian
dull.
is just red. It looks good here in the daylight and stuff, but here later in this, like, gritty, gray, foggy Vancouver weather or something. It's just like
The
I don't know,
UK weather.
like if you look at even like the Civil War movie when they're doing the same exact scenes, Captain America, Winter Soldier, same exact scenes. It's brighter, it's
Yeah.
clearer, you know,
That's in my
and
opinion, in Civil War, that is the best Spider-Man has ever looked on screen still.
Spider-Man, Black Panther, you know, the War
Yeah.
Machine suit was great. Like Civil War was just great. But
Yeah, it's
anyway,
one
yeah,
of my
so
might be my favorite Marvel movie.
both of these movies I don't see myself watching in theater, I'll be honest. I don't even
Captain America, yes. Thunderbolts, no.
no, I don't, especially with Thunderbolts, you're banking on a lot of like besides Bucky and Florence Pugh just star power in general. Like no one
Mm,
cared about Red Guardian from Black Widow, but they keep pushing him, right?
yeah,
No one cares about Taskmaster from Black Widow. No one cared
no.
about U.S. Agent from the Falcon and Winter Soldier.
I love U.S.
You know,
Agent as a character though.
but no one cared. Definitely, no one cared about Ghost. No one cares about Taskmaster. Like,
I mean,
and they're also
Sentry
like,
is kind of interesting, but no one really.
yeah,
Sentry's like pretty obscure as fuck.
yeah. So people think because there's like all these scenes from like what appears to be like later in the movie, like right here, where's Taskmaster, right? So that's why they're like, oh, Taskmaster's dead. They're gonna Suicide Squad Taskmaster. They're gonna Slipknot Taskmaster, right? He's gonna die in like the first like couple minutes or whatever.
That's dude. I actually really liked James Gunn's Suicide Squad.
Yeah, the James Gunn one. Yeah, the Slipknot was in the David Ayer one.
Oh, I thought he got wrecked. Who got wrecked immediately on the
Lots
beach
of people,
scene? Yeah.
in James Gunn's Suicide Squad, but like Michael Rooker's character, yeah, lots of people got wrecked immediately on the beach scene. But like
But the
as far
ending
as like,
sucked. I will say that about that movie.
yeah, I'd have to, yeah, that it also felt long.
Yeah, the ending helped play a part in that.
Yeah,
Dragged the fuck
I'd
on.
have to rewatch it. It's been a long time,
But it
but
was fun. It was all the characters were cool. Story was cool.
um, but yeah. So again, another like I don't know. I was feeling a little hype going into this, but now looking at it, I'm just more like, eh. But what is got me a little bit the only Marvel thing I still kind of commit to really is What If, and because What If can be fun. I like animation more for superhero stuff in general. And they showed off some interesting things. This is also the final season of What If. This will come out on December 22nd with 8 episodes, 1 episode a day.
I just hate that
Um,
animation.
yeah, it can be rough. It's like the 3D, but it kind of moves like 2D, and they're kind of photorealistic, but also not. Like,
Yeah, I don't like the style.
yeah, it depends on really what. With the action, it can be good, but when they close up on a person's face and they're talking, it can kind of be like uncanny valley. Like, okay, this doesn't look right.
It's just giving more power to the fucking CGI and like more computer animated animation. I want hand drawn shit, and it's just dying.
Yeah, yeah, it's yeah. So
Even the
anyway,
like
so
the more hand drawn ones, even those are probably more computer animated than actually hand animated.
yeah, they don't do handmade. The like literally the Disney's hand drawn animation department is completely destroyed. Like
Yeah,
they killed it.
sad, dude.
But yeah, so they showed off the trailer for What If. Um, we'll just skim through down here. A lot of it's like here's White Vision because I think they're gonna do a WandaVision thing.
The White Tiger, dude. Isn't there a White Black Panther?
Yeah, it's Black Panther's adopted white brother.
Fuck
White
yeah,
Tiger,
dude.
no, White Wolf. White Tiger is a good character. But yeah, they're gonna do like an old west Shang-Chi story. It's like who cares? Like Howard the Duck and Darcy. Like, okay. Like that's the thing that's kind of stupid about What If. They'll take something that you have the option to do a cool story, and you always do dumb comedy instead.
Yeah, that's the
And
problem with Marvel.
like
Even
and the other
their
problem is that it's like it's Funko Pops the show, right? like we're building this giant mech suit and we have superheroes in mech. So here's like Moon Knight mech, right? And then they all form together like Voltron, you know? And it's like just Funko Pop. Buy the Funko Pop. There's Red
Yeah.
Guardian again.
Well, a
You
lot
know,
of
like,
cartoons were made to just sell toys.
yeah, but it's Funko Pops aren't toys though. They're just figurines, you know? Like,
I mean,
so it's,
motherfuckers keep buying them.
I know. I'm just saying that's just like so that's why I'm like what I want when this show ends is for them to do a just a let's adapt comic book stories show. Let's not try to do like if you want to sell Funko Pops and toys and stuff,
I totally agree with what you're saying.
yeah, just do like here is the Infinity Gauntlet anime, like Marvel
Like the whole
animation.
storyline, dude. You could do like 4 seasons off of that one storyline, dude.
Yeah,
if you
like
really get
here's
into
Marvel.
the nitty-gritty
Here's
of it.
yeah, here's Marvel Animation presents stories from the Marvel universe or whatever.
Yeah,
Right?
that would be hella cool.
And it's like you don't have to cast all the MCU people in it. Just hire some actual voice actors. Give
Yeah,
voice
because
actors
you
some
could
work.
do even the shorter storylines. If there was like a 4-issue arc in the comics, you could
Yeah.
just put that on fucking screen and then have like epic arcs.
Yeah. Have the art kind of look like how it does in the books, and maybe you do some hand drawn or at least some 2D animation, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can get some cool stuff. But they did show off, you know, that there's going to be Storm wielding Mjolnir, and so for the first time, an X-Men will appear in What If, and
Oh, nice.
to an extent, then in the proper MCU
Yeah, Storm's the shit.
thing. So, and she's voiced by the same person that voiced her in X-Men '97 in the original cartoon.
Oh, cool.
So, yeah, What If I will watch this. You know, when it's probably over and done, I'll just binge it.
That looked pretty cool.
They got to bring back Captain Carter and this chick from season 2, though. And that's the other thing is that the trying to do an overarching plot between the seasons also kind of ruined What If in a lot of ways. Like,
yeah, and you're right about the Shang-Chi in the West. It's like you have this opportunity to do a crazy What If, and you just do Shang-Chi in the Wild West.
Yeah, you just do a What If Shang-Chi's in the Wild West. Like, okay. Like,
you can stick anyone in that situation. That's
plagued the show for the longest time, where it's like I said, like they don't do like a what if Iron Man died in the very first movie, right? What would the timeline shook out by the time Avengers, by the time Thanos shows up, right? What would the world be? There was also someone made like fan art forever ago of like what if the heroes all died in their movies, and so the villains had to fight Thanos. So you had Ironmonger, Whiplash, you know, the leader Abomination versus Thanos, right? Like Killmonger, cool. You know, like something like that. Like that'd be wild to do that movie.
Yeah, because they would have to like team up essentially. Like, how does their Avengers assemble? That would be a cool story.
Yeah, that's a season of its own. That's a season all its own. And stuff like that. Like play with that what if concept besides just being like, here's goofy, wacky stuff we're doing, or like Agatha Harkness becomes like God or something. Like, you know.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of the what ifs. I saw one of the Thor ones. I forget what. I haven't seen many at all.
There was the one Thor one where he's like, where he grew up without Loki, and he never like was humbled. That one was good because the fight between him and Captain Marvel was more or less booked properly, where Thor still kind of smoked her ass. Like he still was just like, still was like, no, like
yeah.
Like,
I think that might have been the one I seen because I do remember Captain Marvel in it.
She gets some hits in, but when it comes down to it, it's like, no, Thor would kick her ass. Like,
it was a pretty cool fight too.
Yeah, and that one was good. And then the Doctor Strange evil one was also really good. That's a really good one.
Oh.
But otherwise, like everything besides the very first one was the like the very first Captain Carter one was an actual what if. It was like, what if Peggy got in the machine instead? And that was an actual what if story.
Mm-hmm.
But everything else was just like a random scenario. Yeah, like just a random scenario that would never happen. Like, well, what if T'Challa got kidnapped instead of Peter Quill and he became Star-Lord? It's like, yeah, but that wouldn't happen. It'd be like, what if Star-Lord just never got taken? Like, it's just, yeah, it was The best what if was what if Wolverine was King of the Vampires, says Jason.
Well, that sounds kind of cool.
And I know there are what if omnibuses. I do know there is the what if Jane Foster got the hammer that was later like mainline done, but
Whack.
it was her original like costume was different.
I actually have a
Which
Moon Knight omnibus from when it was black and white, dude. Shit's dope. No, I've seen like one what if. I think it's the one you're talking about. But I have seen a Caped Crusader, which is pretty dope in my opinion.
Oh, so here's like they did what if Jane Foster had found the hammer of Thor, and
Oh
so
damn, they did that way back.
Yeah, it either was way back or they made it to look like it was way back. I don't remember. But, so 78. So yeah, so back when they were doing their what if stories. But yeah, so
Oh yeah,
then
see, it was a what if.
Yeah, she
Look at all
became
those things though.
so well. If you remember the very first appearance of Thor, he's fighting Rockmen from Jupiter, and that's what these are.
Oh shit.
And then that's who Korg is based off of, Planet Hulk. You know, he's a Rockman from Jupiter, and he's in Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah, I'm not too familiar with Thor lore, even from the films.
And if you watch the Planet Hulk movie, done by Lionsgate, watch if anyone who's watching, watch those Lionsgate animated. Marvel
Yeah,
movies.
I do need to see that.
Right. Planet Hulk, they show this part of the story.
I do want to read that too.
Because Korg was a rock who's basically like talks about how like I was there on that fight, and I have there was this guy named Thor who came down. He's really cool, and then it's like he had this other guy, and then they show the other guy, and it's Beta Ray Bill, and it's like, oh my god,
damn,
so cool.
That would be so cool to see him in live action.
Yeah, we technically sort of did, but we might again. Who knows?
What really? What in the third one, Ragnarok?
In Ragnarok, he is hinted at, and that's
okay.
as close as they're gonna give it.
No, but I want to see that motherfucker's face.
Yeah, they also in the Avengers game when Jane Foster was added, which that's a whole other rant for a whole other day. That Avengers game and how much time I spent playing that.
I was never really intrigued to play
it. I might even end up streaming it one day because I'm pretty sure I can still play it. But it would be interesting to kind of mess around with that. But they added the Thordis skin as a skin for Jane, and so you just have the bare thighs out the whole time. But yeah, it was a pretty.
That's a cool cover though. That statue's kind of whack, but that's a cool ass cover. Is that Kirby?
I don't know who did the what if. No, because it was 78, so I don't know who it is. I don't know who did it. It was what if
I did it.
What if Volume 1 10. Roy, no, that's the editor. Rick Hoberg.
Oh, it's very Kirby-esque though, in a way.
Yeah, that's what it's based off of the very first Thor appearance, so that's what it's trying to emulate.
Damn, I don't know if I've ever seen that cover either.
Thor has so much lore, and his comics are cool. Jay Sonic, we are not beating the allegations, you and I. He's not gonna get that. But anyway, yeah. So what if?
Nah, he's Robert, dude.
He's not gonna get that either. So Storm also, that was the other thing. Storm having the hammer is also from an actual what if comic.
Storm's way cooler than Jay Foster, so yeah. And she's like the goddess of lightning, so.
As people kind of pointed out, she doesn't need the hammer, but she has gotten it before. I'm trying to find maybe it wasn't a what if. Because I know she.
But is the hammer like ultra heavy, or is it just you can only
No,
wield it?
you only can wield it if you're worthy of
Right,
it.
I know that, but like
And
the
if you're
hammer
not
itself,
worthy,
is it
you
way
can't
heavy?
you if you are unworthy, you cannot lift it.
Right.
It's not that it's heavy, it's just you cannot lift it.
But like how many, let's say how is it tons of pounds or is it like
It is magically immovable, Snowman. You
but I'm saying
cannot.
even if you can wield it, how heavy is it?
Okay, so if you are worthy to wield it, um, here she is with the hammer. I believe
Oh damn, that looks nice.
this was like an illusion from Loki or something like that.
That is sick art.
Yeah, Asgardian War storyline stretched into as X-Men Annual number 9. Storm was powerless at the time, was abducted by
Is that
Loki
Jim
and taken
Lee?
to Asgard alongside the new Avengers, probably. Well, it's 1970, so probably not.
Oh no.
The new mutants when the X-Men traveled to Asgard to rescue their friends. Loki gifted Storm with the hammer Stormcaster. Much like Mjolnir, Stormcaster could control the elements and was formed by the dwarf Eitri. This was then brought back. Yeah, here they're talking about with the immortal Thor brought back the Thor core, and Thor gifted her the hammer to use in the battle because how it worked was Thor basically needed to beat this ancient storm god. I mean, break glass. We have gone back to an immortal Thor rant. He had to beat this ancient storm god, so he had to assemble everyone who has wielded the hammer before. So he got Beta Ray Bill, he got Jane Foster, he got Storm, and Loki. And
Nice. That's a crazy team.
and so how they fight is they have to throw the hammer to each other because you only have 60 seconds and you lose the power of Thor until you touch the hammer again. That's Thor. That's how Thor works. And so, they throw the hammer. So like Beta Ray Bill fights with the hammer and he's got to throw it and he's got to get it back within 60 seconds. So they throw it back and forth between each other. So it's pretty cool. But they do reference that story about Storm getting the Storm Chaser hammer or whatever, mallet or whatever it would be.
So I guess I'm asking, could the hammer itself at least grant her more power from how strong the hammer itself is physically?
Because she gets the power of Thor, you would have the hammer as a weapon. It is also one of the most powerful weapons.
Right. In which way?
In strength, if you hit something with it, you still, that's the other thing. Getting the power of Thor, you also get super strength and durability, something she does not have.
So the magical powers also grant super strength.
Yes, the magical power. You get the power of Thor, so you get the might of Thor, strength of Thor, durability of Thor. You get to fly, which she can already do anyway. But
the durability she wouldn't have. That's a plus.
The durability and strength she would not have. So that's
Damn,
it's an automatic buff. Which it was so in that comic where he goes to get Storm to help out. He like she starts like fighting him for whatever. I don't remember what reason, but she like fights him. But so she's like throwing lightning at him, and he apologizes to the lightning because he knows that it has to do what Storm says. And he's like, "I'm sorry they have to do this," because like what they do in Immortal Thor is they play with the fact that Thor can talk to lightning and weather and stuff, and that like Storm controls the weather, but like Thor commands it. So he's literally just like he can talk to the weather and it will listen to him. And so there's also a point where he's fighting Zeus and Zeus throws lightning at him and Thor just goes move, and the lightning just moves out of the way and hits something.
Damn,
and, like, hits the
that's
ground.
pretty cool.
And he keeps like Zeus is like throw it, and he's like move, and it just moves out of the way. Like, but so he does that with Storm, where it's like he gets hit by it and he goes, "Oh, I'm sorry. I know she's mad. She has to do it or whatever, and I know you don't mean to hurt me." It's crazy. But yeah, so the best is when Thor fights Hercules. Yeah, I read that first Thor versus Hercules fight, and that's really good. I really hope that the fifth movie plays with that, because they basically have a wrestling match in the city, and it's great. I kind of want that. Yeah, so that's really the Marvel news of the time. I don't really have let me just so we can have some extra time here. I'm going to throw in and ask us anything. So any random questions that anyone has will be in the chat. All you have to do is click on the Ask Us Anything, and type in your question. Why do I think Cap couldn't pick up the hammer in Avengers 2? Because even though Kevin Feige, or no, not Kevin Feige, the Russos gave like an explanation that didn't make any sense because they were kind of doing that at post Endgame that was like, okay, you're explaining things is making things worse. So Captain America knew that Bucky killed Tony Stark's parents and did not tell him. And he kept that secret to himself to protect his friend, which means he was nearly perfect, but he was living dishonestly. So he was unworthy at that moment. So that is what happened. I believe that Russo said he knew he was worthy and pretended to not be, but that is stupid.
Oh, that's whack.
I reject that. I reject
Your
that.
explanation is way better.
So yes. Which the worthiness of the hammer is also weird because it's like it's not just being pure of heart. You also have to be able to like slay your enemy in battle or whatever. So in the Marvel DC crossover, Superman could not originally lift the hammer because he was not willing to slay his enemy in battle, but Wonder Woman could. So, but the hammer then later made an exception to let Superman lift it. But I don't think he ever got the power of Thor though. He just picked it up.
He wouldn't need it.
So yeah, he wouldn't need it. But besides the lightning and the magic, but yeah, so Wonder Woman could lift it. Which also there was a point in one of the Thor comics where they mention they have just like a panels behind like someone talking about how like here's everyone who's picked up the hammer. It shows like Storm, it shows Beta Ray Bill, it shows Jane, then it shows like a woman's hand with a metal gauntlet and a guy's hand with a blue like suit, and that's all they show. And it's like that Marvel DC crossover is still canon as far as Marvel's concerned because they never reset. So
on Marvel's end, they do consider it canon.
I believe in the sense that because it never reset the universe and there's only ever like one timeline. I don't know, but
nice, that's cool.
As far as that panel goes, and then there was around that same time. That's why I was going to say this earlier when we were talking about Mortal Kombat. There was a point where like Marvel and DC were almost going to cross over. People thought because there was a lot of like little things like that. So another one was during a same Thor comic, I believe, or same like run. He was dealing with like this Black Winter or whatever, where it was like this like blizzard that was like taking over. It was going to like kill all life or something like that. But it was also spreading to like the multiverse, I think they said. And there was something about it where it said that it almost was going to spread to a land of gods where there's a god of the sky, a god of the darkness, a goddess of war, a god of speed, and a god of light or something like that. And it shows like the city and it shows like a yellow lightning bolt running around the ground or whatever. And it's like you didn't need to, you did that for no reason. It was like, yeah, fuck it, you know. And then there was
yeah, I would love to see like a long story with like Batman and Spider-Man or Daredevil. So
then there was a one where it was the DC story had a Superman book, had a Superman story that was mentioning something about the future or something like that. And it mentioned that at one point Superman will fight the god of thunder Thor and a green monster who is as strong or as stronger than Doomsday. And that was like,
damn, that would be cool too.
It was just like they both came out like very short next to each other too. So it was like, what are they doing? Like, are they gonna cross over again? And then we get this Marvel DC crossover thing. This omnibus came out. I don't know. Like, it'd be nutty.
It would be very fun to see. Like I said, Batman, Spider-Man team up for a long, crazy story would be fun. Fucking Superman. Yeah, if his rogues gallery was Thor, the Hulk.
Yeah. Like they have did like Superman versus
Dr. Doom.
You know, they did Superman versus Spider-Man. You know, they did that one back in the day. Before they were bought out. See, that's the thing. They're owned by Warner Brothers and Disney. So it's hard to really kind of get those going because of all the stuff. But like I said, they're willing to work together for those omnibuses. They split the profits 50-50 on those. So it's a fair deal. Speaking of Warner Brothers, this one is I read this. I'm like, I got to get this for Snowman.
You read a report, my boy.
Warner Brothers offers 10 Batmobile tumblers for sale at $3 million each.
Oof.
You can get a workable but not street legal tumbler from Christopher Nolan's The Dark Knight movie trilogy.
Oh, they're not street legal. I mean, you could probably take them on a track somewhere.
Yeah, they're
But
going
damn,
up for
3
sale at
million.
the price of nearly $3 million a piece.
Phew.
The 10 tumblers are official reiterations offered by Warner Bros. Discovery under the Wayne Enterprises name. Wayne Enterprises, former Warner Brothers partner with PR firm Relevance International to produce ultra luxury experiences and products under the Bruce Wayne's name. I didn't even know that. They also have Bruce Wayne Batman inspired hypercars with $8 million. The Batmobile tumbler is powered by jet turbine in the movies. When selling examples to the public, jet power would surely be a liability. Instead, the 10 remakes get their power the same way that the real stunt vehicles did, from a 6.2 liter SS3 engine, blah, blah, blah. Some manual control is possible with the included paddle shifters. The tumblers are built with steel tube, space frame, sheet metal, fiberglass, carbon fiber, and Kevlar, all weighed 5,511 pounds, fully assembled. It is not street legal. Each vehicle retains an on-screen feel with the addition of a simulated jet turbine power plant, a smokescreen delivery system, and imitation gun turrets. The interior is also said to be movie accurate, offering 2 seats, each with 5-point racing harness. However, customers can choose to customize the interior, including selecting either left-hand or right-handed steering. Each of the 10 examples were reported to be sold at a price of $2.99 million. Considering the Batman movie's large fan base and extremely limited number of tumblers produced, it is highly likely the time you read this article, all 10 tumblers will be sold. Top tier collectors. So there you go. You can purchase an actual usable tumbler.
That's crazy. I fucking love the tumbler, but I would never spend $3 million on, I don't think, anything.
Well,
And can it turn into the Bat Pod, though?
Yeah,
that's the question.
Goodbye.
Then I would spend $3 million on it, dude. Because you're showing that off to everyone at that point.
If you could have a Batmobile, which one would you have?
Good question. I love almost all of the Batmobiles. That's like the one thing they always get right. Because they're always in their own style, too. But if I could get one, I mean, and the most street legal one is probably Battinson's one.
Or a 66.
Yeah, 66 one is dope. That would be cool.
66 one is the best because it is so iconic and because it is just a car, right?
Yeah.
So you can.
Yeah, 66 one would be a good one. Probably
89's also.
89's. I love all of them.
Animated series is great, but I don't count that.
And that would probably be impossible to drive. That thing is like 90 feet long. But I love the BTAS Batmobile. Fucking Batflex one is crazy sick.
Yeah, the Batfleck one is like a upgraded tumbler, right?
Yeah, it's a sleeker. It is a sleeker tumbler in a way.
Yeah.
Battinson's one is so dope too, dude.
Yeah, this is 66 is pretty good. Like, just because that is just the Batmobile car. Like,
yeah, it's sick.
Yeah, I mean, like the Arkham Knight one's pretty crazy, but you can't have that one. The Arkham Asylum one's pretty good, but they don't have that on here.
I actually don't really even remember the Batmobiles from the Arkham games. Yeah, I don't even really like that one. That's from Arkham Knight, right?
Yeah, it's the Arkham Knight one. Yeah, the Arkham Asylum one you barely see, but you can.
That's the Batman Forever one. Fuck it, I like that one too.
I had a toy of this.
Yep, me too.
It was the boat. I have an 89. I have a Batmobile collection. I've talked about that before. I have like little models of the Batmobile. I had one of these, like Forever or Batman and Robin, but like one of like the random toys where it's this Batmobile, but it's not. It's like gray or something. I don't know. Tumbler.
Sick. It might not look the coolest, but it's got swag. I thought the Bat Pod was kind of dumb.
the Batman Beyond Batmobile. I mean, yeah, that it's cool, but it's different.
Oh yeah, fucking love the Batman Beyond one.
Animated series one.
That one's
This is
okay.
this is New Batman Adventures.
Yeah, that one's okay.
That's
That one's sick.
Batfleck one.
Yep.
This Batfleck is like Tumblr meets Arkham Knight, really.
Yeah, it is. It does kind of look like Arkham Knight.
It doesn't yell Batman at me.
No, for sure. It is a little tanky.
Like
I guess
the
it is
bat,
a lot like Arkham Knights actually.
yeah, the bat ears in the back, kind of give it that, but otherwise, like it's very much a.
Yeah, at that angle, that's Batman and shit.
Yeah, of course, the '89
Classic. Iconic.
Yeah, they put anime series at #1. But
Iconic.
I mean, anime series is great. Like that is a car with.
Its Batwing was really sick too.
Yeah. So, yeah, the Batwing also. Yeah. So, yeah, that is the. So you're not going to go out and get yourself a Tumblr?
Well, I don't think I have $3 million laying around. That's probably our biggest issue. I'm a blokey. But no, that wouldn't be the first Batmobile I would get either. No, I would go for something definitely more stylish. Probably the 66 one, the Batson one.
Yeah.
Those would be my
See, now,
top two.
If they give me a Tumblr, right? But I'd be the reverse Batman. I'd be like, does it come in camo? I want the Bane Tumblr. That's what I want.
Yeah, I want a different. Yeah, if I could get a different color, if it could turn into the Batpod.
I want the Bane Tumblr. I want, like when they're
the
coming
camo
through
Tumblr
Gotham,
will be sick.
Camo Tumblr, the Bane Tumblr. But
with
yeah,
the
even
fucking
as a
turret on top.
Even as a Batmobile, the Tumblr's not that great. I'll be honest. Look wise,
No, look wise, it's not the best.
it's
But
cool.
I do like how it looks.
Like if you're looking for like Batman tank, the Dark Knight Returns, which is also a Batfleck one, I guess too, but like the Dark Knight Returns tank.
That one was insane though.
Yeah. I'm saying like that's the best as far as like a tank Batmobile can go.
But this is kind of a tank, and it gets it too, dude. It scoots.
Yeah, but it doesn't look like Batman though, is what I'm saying. Like Dark Knight Returns Batmobile is a bat tank. This is just a black tank. Batman here.
It's kind of got the eyes on the front though, and like the ears in the back.
Yeah, but that's just like.
You're right. It's not the most Batman looking one for sure. Not at
Even
all.
if it had like fins or something on the side, or you kind of have some jaggedness, some.
Said, hey, this is the Batmobile written on the side. Then maybe.
Swan, I don't know which one that you were talking about. I'm assuming the Batmobile is about which one she didn't like, but I think we lingered on Batfleck the longest.
Or the Batman 89 one. My top three would be the 66 one, 89, and Battinson's.
Battinson's is good for being a car, not good for being a Batmobile. Just because there's no bat to it, right? Like it's like everyone gets a souped up something, and there's very rarely a bat thing.
Like, I mean, it's almost shaped as much as a bat as the 66 one.
Well, 66 has like, let's look it up here.
Got him. Rage baited him.
Let's look this up.
Well, Rage baited his ass.
I don't even need to look it up. I have the models like over that I could grab. But everyone like they want you to open image a new tab, but they just open up the whole site. Yeah, so here's Battinson, right?
That's a sick fucking image too, dude.
Yeah, I like you get the back with this little thing there, but otherwise like, and I get that he's early, so who knows what we're gonna get for Batman 2.
I think it looks
But
fine as is, man. The grill and the hood are crazy looking.
yeah. But like I said, as a like you could close your eyes and then look at this and think like Daredevil car or like Punisher car, right? There's nothing that's like Batman about it. Like
All right,
the
pull up the
questions
66 one and zoom
All
in
right,
on its grill like that.
let's look up 66.
Tech wizard. That looks so fucking sick though, man.
I mean, yeah, I mean like 99% of that's picture though.
You said you like 99% of this picture?
No, I said 99% of that is just like the framing of the picture. Like it's not like it doesn't make the car look any better. You could
Oh,
do most.
but in the light,
So
there's the
here's
top down picture you showed earlier where it showed it
yeah.
in the light and it looks sick as fuck.
Here's 66.
Yeah, especially if you look at the front of or the back of it. Yeah, you're not guessing that's Batman by the front of it.
I mean, if you look at the front of it, he's got like the little.
They're actually very similar in a way.
They are like they're this. This is a modern 66, but even like 66 had the bat logo on the side. It's got the special like.
Well, yeah, you could slap a bat logo on the side of
Yeah, but
it
like,
and
well,
make it Batman.
hold on, hold on. Let me cook here. You got the special like apparatus or like the hood thing, right? That's that was very weird, very different, right? It's like it was just like
Don't get me
still,
wrong, I love this Batmobile.
I would put 66 above Matt Reeves just because it is the best car Batmobile. Like this.
So you're saying like
this is
usage wise.
Like if it's like if we're because like all the other like okay if we're grouping them right, you have tank Batmobile, you have car Batmobile, and you have like elongated like sleek cool Batmobile, right? So you have like
yeah.
the tank Batmobiles, you got your Tumbler, your Batfleck, your Arkham Knight, right? Then you have your car Batmobiles is your Matt Reeves and your 66, and then your elongated ones are your Batman 89, your Batman Forever is your your
animated series.
Animated series, right? That you have those like completely different types of Batmobiles, right? So you can't really compare like 89 to Batfleck because it's like, whoa, completely different thing they're going with. But if we're grouping them together like this, right? So yeah, this just is like 66 is the Batmobile, right? Like it is like this is rich guy's car. Like
I mean, if you take the bat symbols off of the fucking hubcaps and the side of it, and you put it on that, it's gonna look like a Batman car too.
If you put logos on, but then still like the shape of the car is just a car. Besides this little thing, let me get my models of them. Let me look at them,
dude. But there are plenty of cars shaped like that without the fin on it too. But you're right. The hood,
Batmobile, then.
But the hood also on the 66. I mean, not the hood, the glass cage thing. That's more like astronaut-y type space age shit. This at least looks more like a creature in part of its design.
My stuff's all dusty.
Huh?
My stuff's all dusty. My little models of my Batmobiles. Yeah, so it's like here's Matt Reeves, right? So what the picture doesn't show is it does have two ears, right? They try to give the Batmobile the two ears at the back.
Mm-hmm.
Which the 66 also has. So
I think they're similar. Very similar.
They are very similar.
Like the 66 one is just kind of a little longer than it's just a more stretched out Matt Reeves one kind
of. Yeah, so 66, and Matt Reeves, right? I will give Matt Reeves this. The one picture did not do it justice just how jagged it is. So I will give it that.
What do you mean, like the hood, right?
Like the hood and then the fins in the back.
Yeah, it's gnarly
Right.
looking, dude. It looks like a monster.
Yeah. The picture just kind of had it look like this. So it's like, okay, it looks like a car, but then like you kind of see
Right,
it
yeah,
push down.
that's why I first when you showed a top down picture of it in one of them, and I was like, damn, that's gnarly looking.
Yeah, like it's got his jet turbo engine, you know. It's always got to have it. Yeah, so I'm still more I like the 66 more.
Yeah, I like the 66 one.
Like more though. I like it more than this one. Because at the end of the day, this still just looks like a car. And this looks like a Batmobile. Like
I wonder what the Batmobile in the comics before the 66 one looked like.
it has the Batman, it has the big bat face on the front. I could find that.
What does it? No way, that's wild. I'll have to look up some of those fucking ones. I think I forget which Strange Apparitions is from. It's one of the Batman graphic novels I got, which is super dope. And everyone picked that up. That's a great Batman comic. Strange Apparitions. I'm trying. I don't know if that's the 60s or 70s.
Yeah, so I'll pull this.
There's Steve Englehart and
Image.
who else?
Yeah, here it is.
Oh,
So
man.
this was what the Batmobile more or less kind of looked like. It had a glass dome, big huge fin, and a bat face right in the front.
Yeah, it's like the 66 version.
It's more like the Batman Forever. Like that was like what they kind of tried to do with that.
Damn, yeah, they definitely improved on the Batmobile in design over the years.
Yeah, here's like some like from like I believe the 70s, like you were talking about. Like with the gray and blue, right, where it's like a different type of car.
Yep.
Um,
The one in the 90s looks sick, and probably even in the 80s. The one in Nightfall looked crazy.
anyway, yeah, so that is to say, let me put my Batmobiles back. Yeah, I do have models of every movie Batmobile, and even like the animated series Batwing, the 60s
do you got that?
Bat Cycle. Yeah, it's a little one though. It's like a little Hot Wheels one.
It's not the size of the boat, it's the motion of the ocean. How do you tie your shoes in space? Astronauts got them. So catch me at Crisp
I
and
need to.
Cold on Twitter.
Yeah, you can if say I'll enter it into the thing. I did it earlier, but exclamation point snowman.
Ham. I was just trying to fill the dead air, bro. You know, keeping it rolling.
Yeah,
We'll do it
I
live.
have it's like a small model of the Batwing from the animated series.
Nice. Yeah, that thing is sick. The Batman 89 one is sick too. They're almost the same thing.
I don't have the 89 one. I have an
89
89
one's like a little
Batarang.
more rounded and short.
I need
Like Pekka.
I have a I have an 89 Batarang. I have I don't have Batman Beyond Batmobile. I don't have Brave and the Bold Batmobile. I have the Batman.
Speaking of Batarangs, though, that's another thing I fucking hated about the new Batman. He threw one fucking Batarang, if I'm not mistaken. He threw in like the nightclub scene when he's trying to go get the Penguin. I think he threw one fucking Batarang.
I think he throws it also at the climax too at the end.
Yeah, I was trying to remember at the end if he throws any. I think he just throws like a couple of bombs.
I think he does. I think he has a moment where I think he's when he's hanging on the rope, he throws it.
That might be a grappling hook
Bit,
though, but I honestly don't remember.
It's
I'll have
been
to
a
watch it
long.
again.
It's been since the movie's come out since I've seen it.
But
So.
but I know for a goddamn fact, Ben Affleck threw like 900 batarangs and grappling hooks and fucking smoke grenades and all kinds of shit. That's what the Batman I want to see when he's fighting
Well,
hella people.
I don't know about Affleck, but no.
Yeah, all right,
Christian
we'll
Bale,
take the killing out of it.
Christian Bale threw a lot. I just don't remember him throwing batarangs as much as like Christian Bale like threw his shurikens, right? And again, I don't know.
He didn't even throw that,
would,
but yeah, I guess he did even throw more than Battinson.
That would be an interesting thing to go back and watch.
Who uses more gadgets?
Or not even gadgets, just batarangs.
Just batarangs.
Everyone uses grapples like crazy. Like Ben Affleck used grapples like crazy. Even like Doomsday Fighter uses grapples and stuff like that.
Fuck yeah.
But like who? I mean, you could count, I guess, every gadget. But who threw the most batarangs?
The most batarangs. I guess, man. Yeah, that's a good one. I have to say Keaton would be up there.
Yeah, I don't know.
Are you thinking about it right now? Because I could fucking dwell on this shit, dude.
I'm typing it. I'm seeing if someone already found out the answer for it.
Oh, they actually went counting them shits. Damn. I know Batfleck threw a lot. I would say Keaton probably threw a lot.
Well, the AI overview says Michael Keaton threw the most.
Hell yeah. He was winging them left and right in Batman Returns. He had to kill like 74 clowns in the opening scene alone with batarangs.
Here, there's a Reddit about like Batman never used batarangs in the Batman. Did Batman use batarangs in the Batman? I know he used the bat symbol in his chest to cut the wire, but never used batarangs to disarm an enemy.
What? I thought that's the one time he did specifically do it in the
that was technically a batarang. He never threw it.
Oh, he just pulls it out and is about to throw it?
No, he pulls it out and uses it to cut the rope, and that's it. He definitely doesn't use batarangs in this one. It's just the bat knife in his chest. But even that's technically a batarang.
Yeah, that's
Batman used a batarang in more than 2 or 3 movies. Uses a remote-controlled one in Returns, regular ones in Begins, and throws one at Barry in Justice League. Yeah, he does throw the batarang. Yeah, he does. Affleck throws the batarang to Barry to be like.
Yep, to test him.
But otherwise, like, yeah, did he ever really throw a batarang?
Who, Affleck?
Yeah.
He had to have thrown one at least in the warehouse scene. I'm trying to remember exactly when. Yeah, good point though.
Then someone has a game facts. Did Batman basically uses batarangs only once during the Nolan Dark Knight trilogy? The time in the Batcave when he's explaining what bats to Alfred doesn't count. So aside from that one instance at the docks where he takes out the light, does Batman ever use his batarangs at all in the films? He only ever throws bombs or fireworks, mainly shoot stuff like sticky bombs and stuff.
Yeah, and they make them so small in all of them, that except in 89, where that thing's big as a fucking
like 66 is batarangs is also huge too. Just those 2 times throughout the entire trilogy, he only glides at Batman Begins and Dark Knight too.
Yeah, gliding I don't really care too much about. Batman's cooler when he doesn't really like glide. You don't
when he just kind of leaps,
see him move that much.
Or when he leaps down and the cape just kind of goes behind him.
Yeah.
So there's the
that scene in Batman Begins was incredible when he's dropping down into Arkham Asylum.
So there's let me pull this up. There's a Batarangs entry on the Batman wiki that has every like live action appearances.
Batarang sounds like a Pokemon. It should be.
Batman the movie Batarangs are used as often in grappling hooks. Several episodes use them as weapons. Batman rarely uses batarangs in the Burton films, which him often utilizing other gadgets such as smoke capsules, a spring action reel with multiple weapon attachments. However, he uses a batarang to capture a thug in the film's
that
opening
spring
part.
action heel is so dope.
The same design is later used in the comic series Batman 89 and the Flash film.
He's got like the spring action thing on his wrist too.
Yeah. A self-guiding computerized batarang he uses to subdue members of the Red Triangle Gang in Batman Returns. The super batarang plays a pivotal role in the plot when it is stolen by the gang and used to wound a beauty queen in effort to frame Batman for her murder. A bloodstained version of the prop is collected in evidence bag by Commissioner Gordon. Batarangs also appear in the Schumacher films, though Batman rarely uses them. They are shown on display in the opening suit-up montages and the other chrome gadgets during Batman's Forever.
He wasn't even thinking of them motherfuckers.
A wired bola variant to subdue one of Two-Face's thugs, and uses a sonar-guided variant to destroy Riddler's box antenna.
Damn.
Batman and Robin, a new chrome batarang is shown on display. Batman never actually uses it. In the story, only the smallest variation used was dynamic newness bringing out of their gauntlets a high-tech grappling hooks. Batgirl uses one of the large folding batarang props built for a previous movie, hurling in his grappling hook to make her ascend up to Gotham Observatory. Siegel also introduces red throwing bird props for Robin to use. So it's like, again, they have them, they show them, they never use them.
Yeah.
Dark Knight Trilogy features several bat-shaped weapons used by Batman in the films. These include shurikens, which are used to disrupt the environment and intimidate foes. They are also larger standard batarangs that fold down in the middle. However, these are never as weapons. So that's true. He uses the shurikens that are one solid metal, but the one that folds, he never actually uses.
I considered those shurikens as the batarangs in this universe.
But as this points out, the bat shuriken is a solid thing, and the batarang folds. The batarang always folds in some capacity, I guess. I don't know. But
I never really even considered that part of canon.
Yeah, I don't know. You would have to determine what makes a batarang, right? I don't know.
Well, the point stands that they rarely use the shit.
They do rarely use them. He uses bat-shaped darts as 8 mercenaries in Dark Knight Rises. It's unclear whether they were fired through a simple blowgun or launched from an advanced device. Zack Snyder and Batman uses standard batarangs with razor-sharp edges frequently as both ranged weapons and a calling card to his activities. The films also use them in brutal ways, such as being stabbed or thrown into the chest of opponents. Dawn of Justice, Batman hurls a standard batarang to take out a thug during the warehouse rescue. The first time in a theatrical film, Bruce Wayne also throws one. So he throws a thug at it the first time. So Batman v Superman is the first time he throws a batarang at a guy.
Bam, there it is. Greatest Batman film ever made. The argument is rest. Case closed, dude.
It's case closed.
Fuck the haters.
There's no argument against it. That's
you
hilarious.
can't beat it now.
He never threw a batarang at someone. He only ever used it as like a grappling hook.
Exactly, dude.
Bruce Wayne also throws one at Barry Allen to test his speed during a pivotal scene in Justice League. One of these appears in the 2019 Shazam movie as part of Freddie Freeman's superhero memorabilia collection. These batarangs also appear briefly in The Flash when being used to knock out a fleeing Al Falcone. So, and this doesn't even have Matt Reeves because he doesn't even throw a batarang in that movie. So,
yeah, corny. And I don't like the fight scenes in that movie. It's like John Wick light, honestly. It's not very like inspired other than John Wick.
Yeah, like Nolan's fight scenes were
kind of meh too. The 2 Bane fight scenes were cool.
The club fight scene's pretty cool.
The which one?
The club when he's like grabbing the one when he's like
that, because he made the fights more atmospheric. Like, say what you will about the Batman Begins ones, but they had like a unique feel to them.
Mm-hmm.
And they did look kind of cool in a way, and especially when he's fighting the 3 ninjas, like in before he fights Ra's al Ghul.
Yeah,
at the end of the movie, that shit was a sick ass fight to me.
With Affleck and the saving Martha scene, right? Like, it just you can't beat.
That's how you want Batman to fight, dude.
Yeah, he fights like he does in the Arkham games.
Yeah, which is comic accurate.
I don't like him killing people, but that's why I don't watch the director cut.
Right. Which I get that. But Batman, if he's fighting like very dangerous fucking like terrorists and serial killers, he needs to be very dangerous himself with his hands. So
yeah, he breaks people's bones.
Yeah, he's brutal.
Yeah, he doesn't kill them though.
Especially against those dudes are fucking terrorists. They're trying to like kill Superman as much as he is, I guess, in a way. So
so
he's gotta be a badass.
That was a fun trip to go down with the batarangs.
Yeah, it all came from the Batmobile, didn't it?
Yeah, the buyable Batmobile. Speaking of things that you can buy or no longer buy, Mattel apologizes for mistakenly linking to adult porn site
Oh shit!
on
Yeah, I saw that the
packaging
other day.
of toys.
Idiots.
Wicked movie merchandising turned into a nightmare for Mattel over the weekend as news broke that a web address listed on the packaging for character dolls took consumers to an adult pornographic site.
That's what they get, dude.
The toy company apologized later Sunday. Mattel was made aware of a misprint on the packaging of the Mattel Wicked Collection dolls, primarily sold in the US, which intended to direct consumers to the official wickedmovie.com landing page. Read a statement. We deeply regret this unfortunate error and are taking immediate action to remedy this. Parents are advised that the misprinted, incorrect website is not appropriate for children. Consumers who already have the product are advised to discard the product packaging or obscure the link and may contact Mattel customer service for further information.
That's what they get, dude. Because she was whining about like the cover of the movie, the poster, right?
Well, I mean, that's completely unrelated to this. So how it works usually because I was talking about this.
Not in my headcanon, it totally relates.
I was talking about this to my barber of all people, because he brought it up. But when you go and you buy the toy, right? The packaging always has like a website to something, and you never go there. You never actually look it up to like go there. But it's like yeah, we wanted to advertise the Wicked movie, whatever. And people pointed out on Twitter that other things had it correct, like random other like things that advertised Wicked, like the food packages had the right website. This was the only one. So
of course it's for the kids.
The web address listed on the boxed dolls is wicked.com instead of wickedmovie.com. When clicking on the first link, a page comes up requiring users to be 18 and older. Those who click enter land on a porn site promoting an upcoming porn movie titled Kenzie Loves Girls 2. That's from a venture calling itself Wicked Pictures.
Man, they didn't even give them the superior original film. They gave them Kenzie Loves Girls 2.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, I don't know. Are sequels always better or worse? You never know.
It depends. Did this take on a more darker tone?
I mean, like, did it adhere to the source material? I don't know.
Yeah, right. What are we talking about?
Did it respect?
Is it canonically accurate?
Is it canonically accurate? Did it respect the first one and what it stood for and what it set up?
The original Loves Girls.
The wicked.com domain name has been registered since 1994. That is not the end of this story, as Wicked doll packaging misprint drives 12-year surge in traffic to porn site.
God damn, dude.
The last 2 days, searches for wicked.com have surged to their highest level since mid-2012, according to the Google Trends Analytics tool. This has been driven
I wonder
by
what kind of
coverage.
conspiracy theories came from this.
The official website for the Universal Pictures film, which starts in the Wicked Pictures, was formed with a firm commitment to producing quality parody porn movies, including X-rated titles riffing on Marvel's Black Widow and Captain Marvel. According to its website, the company says it was founded in Canoga Park, California on March 1, 1993. Wicked Pictures showcases some of the top-rated female porn stars, such as Stormy Daniels, who is famous for her legal entanglement with now President-elect Donald Trump. Jessica Drake, Julia Ann, Asa Akira, and Blake Blossom. I don't know any of these people, and I'm proud that I do not.
I know one of those names. Actually, two.
Well, we're not counting Stormy Daniels, but so just these ones. In a statement to Variety, Wicked Pictures said, "We are aware of the situation involving Mattel and the use of the Wicked.com website URL on certain consumer goods packaging. We have no involvement in this matter and encourage you to contact Mattel directly for any further information." According to the private privacy listed on Wicked.com, the site is owned and operated by Gamma Entertainment Inc., Gamma Billing Inc., and DigiGamma BV. Gamma Entertainment referred inquiries to Wicked Pictures. In a statement provided to Variety on Sunday regarding the erroneous web address, Mattel said, Mattel was made aware of the misprint on the packaging of the Wicked collection dolls, primarily sold in the US, which intended to direct customers to the blah, blah, blah. We have taken this immediate action to remedy this. Toy manufacturer also said parents are advised that the misprinted incorrect website is not appropriate for children. Consumers who already have the product are advised to discard the product packaging or obscure the link. So the porn company managed to get away in the end, and they got a lot of traffic going to them. Big win for Wicked.com.
Fuck yeah. A win's a win's a win.
Yeah, like,
I'm sure them servers were blowing up.
Yeah, like, and to have it fall into your lap, like it was literally like not meant to happen. It was literally just,
for real. That's what
someone
I'm
just
saying. I wonder what the conspiracy theories will be about that, if any.
well, I do know that I think someone had a tweet about something that was like they're trying to sell porn to the children, right? And
I
it's just
mean,
like
it's
easy
not
to,
far. Sadly and unfortunately, it's not even far fetched to even think that anymore
but
with how
even then,
Hollywood
like
and
it
like.
was one of the, it was one of the, it was one toy mistake, and it was an easy mistake to make.
Yeah, for sure.
Like if it was like Get Wicked and the website was bigger, it's literally just like in the fine print next to like copyright MGM or whatever, right? Like it's literally just like it was down there at the bottom. It was just like they didn't
That's just
get the
wild,
right
man.
thing.
Kenzie does Dallas 3.
It's your boy says you're an easy mistake to make. That is true. Let me look at we have an Ask Us Anything posted. Make sure you click on it. Ask us anything. Because we have no real news. I think I'm going to save the Star Wars news for next week. Jessica will be feeling better. We can talk about it then. Because I mean, we could probably get an hour out of it, but don't want to stretch the show, I guess, any longer.
Yeah, I could keep going, but yeah, save the Star Wars stuff for Jessica though, definitely.
Yeah, because he's our Star Wars guy. He knows what he's talking about. He likes to
And I do like a lot of Star Wars, but I'm not like into it like that.
For me, my thoughts on it are going to be, I'm not interested.
Like, I'm like, I thought Rogue One was cool and Darth Maul's badass.
Yeah, like I like parts of stuff, but I don't want any more bad stuff. So I'm like,
yeah, I'm
thank
with you on no more bad stuff. I agree there.
Like no, thank you. I don't want to have more bad Star Wars trilogies that everyone will say is good, and yeah. Well, then I guess we'll end an hour earlier. Thank you, Snowman, for being here. Jesker missing his first show ever of 7 episodes. Bitch. This is his first show that he missed. He is sick. He's sick. Cynic better not be over at BTM's, and
Hollywood sync, baby.
Taylor's was never invited, but that's okay. She's busy. She was given money to buy a VR headset that she did go out and get. And she does also, it came with a copy of Batman Arkham Shadow. I told her, I said, you got to play it. Best Batman Arkham game in a long time.
That you've never played.
That I've never played. I've already,
there's a couple of dope ass Batman the Animated Series games for PlayStation 2 and maybe GameCube.
Yeah.
Did you ever play those?
No, I played one of them for like PlayStation 2, but I never got past like a certain point.
Yeah.
The GameCube has like a lost, I think it's the GameCube, the lost episode, of Batman the Animated Series, because it was done by the voice. It was animated by the people. It was written by everyone. But it's a completely new episode.
Oh wow.
We find it Batman.
I'll have to look that up on YouTube.
Animated Series. Lost episode. Sega CD. That's what it's from. From the Sega CD.
Oh, nice. That's a cool obscure system. Yeah, I had fun, bro. We can talk about comics and talk video games and cartoons about comics all day.
Yeah. Join us next week. We will have the Star Wars news. Maybe I'll have actually art to show, because I kept trying to draw, and then things would happen.
Which one I want to show.
I'm also the drawing was a pain today, because like I'm still trying to figure out how to do the pens how I like, where they don't come up. If I do them really small, then they get really jagged. If I do them really big, then they're like really bold, and I don't know. I had it and then I lost it, so I'm trying to find it again.
It's an experimental process too, dude.
Yeah.
You gotta fuck around with a lot of different shit.
I like pencil and paper, because everything is universally sized and it's easy to kind of work with, but that is just harder to do. I don't know.
Ink,
But
it's well, because it bleeds.
no, but I mean, just like the digital is harder to do because it's, like I said, trying to find the size of like, this is too much, this is too thin, it's too
Yeah,
small. It's, like, and so trying to make everything look
I
good.
feel like you're kind of closer to the pen, pencil and paper.
Yeah.
You're
And
more in touch with it.
it's a universal size, right? The pencil can only be so thin. I
Yep.
can get pens that are smaller and all that, which is fine. But no matter what, yeah, like you said, you're close to it, which on the digital, it can be really shaky. You're doing a very slow, you can't do a very smooth, slow kind of draw. You can, it's just that you have to do it quick, is what you're kind of supposed to do. You're supposed to do quick ones. So that way
With like
it's
a stylus.
yeah, with like, so it's one smooth notion. If you do it slow, it can be kind of like doo, 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 doo. And another problem, I think it's with the pen or with the tablet, because it was a used tablet from years ago, so it's who knows what. But it if I draw something and then I lift the stylus off of the tablet, it will still move around. Like it doesn't stop drawing. It will just
Yeah.
yeah, it'll draw while it's hovering over when it's not supposed to. So I don't know why it does. I don't know why it does
Yeah,
that.
dude. I love just pencil and paper. The more organic shit, man.
Yeah, I like it. I want to do it, but I don't know.
It's harder. It takes way more time.
It takes way more time. I have to sit over here at my desk instead of over my chair by my TV.
Yeah, you're right. You can take that
Like,
anywhere.
yeah, with the digital one, I just have it in my lap and I can sit there and I can do it and I can literally draw all day if I want to. Or if I'm over here at my desk, it's just, it's boring.
Coward.
I know.
I draw on my lap when I'm fucking just chilling on my couch.
Yeah, but you draw in like notebooks. Like,
Yeah. The
yeah,
tablet. It's just like a bigger notebook.
I know. I'm just saying that's like, when you want to have pictures, like what are you going to do when you want to actually make your book? It's going to be like in the notebook and then it's like buy it.
Oh no, yeah, no. I'll have to probably get I'll definitely have to get way more professional shit, dude. I'm not even close,
Yeah.
but yeah, I'll have to get a desk and.
Yeah.
But if I'm actually gonna try to put out something banger as fuck, I'm gonna want kind of no distractions anyway. I'm gonna focus on it.
Yeah. Like I said, so my basically thing I'm trying to figure out is the pen and all that, trying to make everything look good. And yeah, so
On the tablet, you mean?
yeah, with using the tablet, because
Yeah.
the pencil is nice, but everything gets really messy, and after so many mistakes, that's the one thing with the digital, is the making all that mistakes and being really, I can be really sloppy with one layer and then make a new layer and make it the old layer very barely visible, and then
Yeah.
do it cleaner, right? And doing all that, and so you could just delete all that
It's
messy
way
stuff and then you
easier
just
to
have,
edit shit.
yeah, one clean layer. Or like I draw heads bigger than the rest of the bodies, right? And I'm like, yeah, it doesn't look right. So they'll just isolate the head, shrink it,
You have the total opposite. My heads are way small.
Yeah. My heads are always too big. And now it's like, I also got to just stop fucking around and go back to like practicing shit. I keep trying to just like make pictures, but I gotta like do what I was doing before and do just like, here's like this old school style comic thing, copy it or practice it, or like look at like this head, look at this arm, look at all that, and I got to do that shit. I keep getting lazy and not doing it.
Just look up tutorials on YouTube. Try to find like an actual regiment. That's what I did. I found like it was like 30-week program or something.
Yeah,
on
you
YouTube.
you gave me your thing.
Oh yeah, did I? Nice.
Yeah. I just, like I said, I just gotta try to do it for like, because I'm looking at a lot of like,
you do got to push yourself through it, because
I'm looking at a lot of digital art and stuff, and it's just like simple old school art that I want to draw, like, right? And I just look at that, I'm like, man, we're so close, we're right there, especially as I get going on this comic thing. I'm going to have to like force myself to like fuck around with that, because
yeah, dude, you're
like,
gonna, if you really want to draw something good,
yeah,
you're gonna have to know how to draw everything. You got to draw like buildings, animals.
yeah, and that's at least what's also good about doing digital, is that I can draw crappy, do the whole book crappy, and then be like, all right, now we're going to take this and we're going to really slowly work on something, right? We're going to slowly make this
Yeah.
look good. You don't have to with the pencil and
Nothing
paper.
super finalized with pencil and pen.
Yeah.
You better be damn sure.
Yeah, you like, even if it's like, okay, we got the pencil and paper, like we're done. It's like, okay, now if you want to do it again, you're gonna have to redraw the whole thing, and I'm not good enough.
Yeah,
to have that time
there's a fucking hella benefits for digital,
yeah.
but I'm old school, bro.
Yeah, really the digital, the biggest thing is the getting it, like the money cost up front, getting the tablet, getting your Photoshop or your Procreate or whatever you want to use. There's cost up front, but once you get it though, it's like, yeah, you can just sit there
I
and
might
do whatever.
experiment
Like,
with it one day.
I've watched Daylish's streams and I've just literally sit there and like drawn like a moment from her stream that was funny, and then like I'd send it to her and like, yeah, this is just like a fun like sketch that I can do, because it's just easier now for me to do that. Whereas before I'd have to be over here at my desk, and I would never want to be like, nah, I'm not going to get up and do that, right? Just today I finally got started into watching Disney Plus while I'm drawing, and so I've been wanting to do that so I could watch those superhero shows they still need to watch. So I was like, oh, I'm going to watch this Disney Plus while I'm drawing, and so I can watch X-Men and kind of look up, and and even there's a moment where I'm like, I'm really struggling with this like arm, and then I look up at the Disney Plus and I'm like, what is it? What are they were doing, right? Like what's this kind of going to look like? And so it's like,
Yeah,
what this arm look,
you can just go to YouTube and look up different shit. Too.
Yeah, and even then, like I said, I downloaded a Chrome extension to give me picture-in-picture when I watch Disney Plus. So I have the Disney Plus literally hovering over my Photoshop on my TV.
Oh, nice.
And so like I literally look up, like I'm like, oh, what am I can't figure out this arm. Look to the corner. There's some animated
that's cool.
arm that's,
Some
that's what I
Iron
mean.
Man
Like,
shit.
I literally look it up. Like, yeah, it's like Jarvis, pull up the
Iron
Disney
Wizard, bro.
So yeah, so hopefully I get to do that. Work was rough, so I didn't have the time to draw, but hopefully I get to doing that more.
Yeah, man, just gotta stay with it. I've been slacking too, honestly, but I do still try to draw at least every day, even if it's for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And I'm nowhere near good yet. So
yeah, like I said, and still trying to figure out the pen thing and trying to I might just kind of go for a thicker line. I don't know. I want to download brushes too, but the brushes that you can download don't go to Photoshop. They go to the like the Illustrator or whatever, the other Adobe thing. So it's like, oh well, that doesn't help me at all. So it's like, yeah, here's comic book brushes from like 60 style. It's like, cool. I can't use them though because they don't go to the thing that I use. I don't know if I want to
try to definitely still experiment with that shit with the actual physical material too.
Yeah, like I don't know.
So kind of so it'll help you understand how I guess like the digital paint is trying to mimic so just kind of you have a better understanding of how it works.
Yeah, I mean, like I drew on pencil and paper for 4 years, so like
right.
And I've noticed a lot of like I noticed a big improvement once I got used to the tablet. There's an overall either big improvement or I draw exactly the same, which is good that I draw exactly the same. Because when I first started using the tablet, I could barely make a smiley face with it. It looked like shit.
Yeah, no, yeah, you don't want to be drawing worse.
So once I finally like fucked around with it, I'm like, I actually am drawing the exact same, and it's easier.
Probably looks a little cleaner.
Yeah, it's comfortable. I can clean it up easier. I don't have to scan it weird, because that's like that's the other thing is drawing it on big pieces of paper. Like when I used to draw on my sketch pad, it fit into my printer scanner. These big pieces of paper and the Bristol board and stuff doesn't. I have to scan it with my phone, and you kind of lose a lot of it.
Right.
The other thing that I noticed is that's
what I need to experiment with, finding the right size paper to draw on. Sorry.
Yeah. So the other thing I noticed is I draw on elevated, the drawing tablet or the drawing table, right? It's elevated, but I'm not like right hanging over it like most artists are. I hang back and kind of draw. So I noticed that because of the angle that I sit at, I think the drawing looks good, but then I pick it up and look at it straight on and it's disproportionate. The head's really big. The top is really big and the legs kind of like thin out, because when you're looking at it at an angle, it looks perfectly fine. You pull it straight up and you're like, whoa, it's all fucked up. With the digital, it doesn't happen.
Yeah, I think that just comes from experience. Oh, yeah. No, I guess you're right.
Yeah, with the digital, it doesn't happen because I'm just looking at it easier. So I just needed to figure out the physical thing better. But just in general, I'm liking the digital drawing. So
Yeah, I'm gonna fuck
with all
out
that
and fuck around with it one day.
with all the stuff, like I said, I still gotta just figure everything out and kind of look at everything and all that. But it's so much easier to just kind of like do some and like
Dude, read some comic books to get motivated, man. That shit always gets me motivated to draw.
well, it's the motive. It's not about the motivations. It's the learning how to, like I said, to kind of get it to look how I want it to. Like, give me the proper tools. Like I said, like with the pen sizes and the brush tips and all that stuff, like messing, getting that to look how I want it to look. And so that's what
Just gotta fucking research, man, and practice.
yeah, it's basically what I got to do. Which because I want to draw old school, there's also they used a lot of thick lines, so it might just be I have to use that. Maybe I only use thick lines on the outside, and then for the faces it's thinner, right? You kind of just figure that out. So,
You should definitely look into it a little bit.
yeah, I will. I'm still looking at. I'm still looking at it. I'm still
Mm-hmm.
messing around with it, and I was more excited to draw when I figured out the digital stuff than I had been with the paper in a long time. Where I would literally like go to bed excited to draw the next day.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, I've had that a few times recently.
Yeah, and so you're just
Like
man,
creative,
gonna,
like
yeah,
I don't know, like firsts.
yeah. So you're just like, man, I'm gonna get up tomorrow and I'm gonna draw and it's gonna be great. And, and then you draw and then it's like, yeah, like it feels good, And like I want to do drawing on stream at some point.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
And then I want to do game
boners
streams
everywhere.
Yeah, but why are they hard though?
I told you guys why. Probably can't say it on stream.
No, but also no one knows what we're talking about.
Yeah, I know.
But oh, that group was it was all a harassment game. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But
no hablo inglés.
Anyway, so yeah, so anyway, Pirate Comic will continue to be worked on, script, and then the art will continue to happen. I want to start posting art online again and maybe making more videos or like I did before to keep me doing it. But as of right now, the doing these streams once a week and then clipping them out is more or less good enough for the channel. So we're at 67 subscribers, which if any of you
just take on what you can take on.
Any of you watching are not subscribed, be sure to subscribe, so I can get to 70 subscribers. And
we love all you viewers.
Yeah, we love all of our viewers and subscribers. All of our travelers, Wiz Kids, and or Wordplayers. Yeah, and so I might do more drawing videos at some point, which they'll all be digital now instead of pen, pencil, and paper. The other thing that sucked too is my camera arm above my thing is where my head should go when I'm drawing on my table. That's why I lean back too. So it's like if I lean in, you're gonna see my head, you see my beard, right? You're not gonna see the drawing, and then like partially dox myself. So
this is cope.
It is cope. You're watching a man, like here.
Don't care, didn't ask, cry about it, stay mad, get real, L mold seed cope.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying. Anyway.
That shit is so corny.
Anyway, yeah, so that's we'll end the stream here. We're not gonna try to push it any longer. I hope to one day
I had a blast, man.
I hope to one day do more of like a comic maker or art talking thing show. The two artists I was gonna have on probably won't be on anymore, so we will have to find other people to be on. But
gone rogue.
Yeah. So, thank you everyone for coming. Thank you, Snowman.
Thank you guys. Yep. Thanks for having me, bro.
Yep. And I'm going to play the